The flashbacks in my future.
Yeah, I'm just trying to give Cal the... There we go.
Yeah, I saw for a minute. I saw it like at an angle in the table. That was pretty funny.
Bite. Let's see. I want this. DCE. Well, you might as well make sure that this is still not safe even if it evolves. We will bite for 40.
Okay. Not dead.
And then plus power falls off.
Yeah.
Take that.
Not dead yet.
It's okay. When we get to black and white, plus power doesn't attach in the
I
first
hit
place.
collector,
So,
so.
haha! Got him.
So we can start playing cards. We can start. Yeah, you're in danger.
Is the answer ever no? With the am I in danger?
Just be glad I don't have Crushing Hammer. That's what this deck needs.
Yeah, more coin flips. Yeah, that's exactly what it needs.
Stripping the energy would be funny. I was looking to see if energy removal 2 was...
No,
that rotated, thankfully.
it-
That rotated way back in EX. The 2 Larvatars, the Spiritomb, Candy Tita. Memory Berry on the Larvitar. Oopsie for 6.
Assuming that's okay, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So I was counting the Pokemon in play.
Ultra Ball. Need Arena.
Checks out. Ah, she got a booty on her too. 2 retreat, huh?
Yep. Comes up. And Darkness Grace. Put the Queen down.
Yeah, which is just going to heal the damage counter that Darkness Grace would put on anyway, so...
Wait. I was just thinking.
What's up?
Didn't you turn 1 Warp Point?
Yes.
That's...
You went first,
Is that in
didn't
black
you?
and white?
Oh,
Yeah, you-
idiot.
Sorry!
I wasn't in the game at the time, so I couldn't
Yeah, I just-
couldn't opinion
you-
bit.
I was just thinking, wait a minute.
Wait a minute. as one of Kim's favorite bingies would say. Yeah. Wait a minute.
Heads or tails is or is it Sable Eye?
Well, it's not Sableye, heads or tails. It's not.
Give me tails.
Call. Use call.
Thankfully, there's that going for it.
Boom, another Larvitar.
Makes sense.
I'm sorry, did you just call it a Larvitar? I mean, we're not. It's not quite.
Okay.
It's not quite a Dolce, but you know.
This is going to get funny. Crobat, ping active. SP radar.
Put your card back as well.
Oh, yes. I will be putting back that.
Sorry, I've just got to make sure. Make sure
No
that's.
worries. Probably want you. Luxray. Energy gain on the Luxray. Yuxi for 5. Garchomp C. Energy gain on the Garchomp.
If only call and you let me Spiritomb you as well.
Expert Belt on the Yuxi.
Oh,
Cyrus's Conspiracy.
Yeah.
What I... Yeah, I want... Get another one of those.
turn L Cyrus. Turning the bat out, okay. Sure one. Athletics reduce bat.
Psychic Restore for the KO.
Yep.
Actually, yeah. Now I should put it in the bat.
And then your prize. Yeah.
Yep.
Pupitar. Special Dark. Base. Oopsie. Retreat with boost gas. With boost gas. Yes, boost gas.
Yep.
Oopsie for 4.
You didn't ask, but
I don't
It's
need
fine.
that.
I guess yeah, that's true. Yeah.
I have a 2 active. I have a 2. Spiritomb.
Should probably still just make sure that that you're going. Yeah, it's not live because yeah, I could have seen that being attempted in response there. So
Hey. I should probably chomp the other Spiritomb just to have damage on it.
Okay.
I think the full hand reset's probably what I want to do here, because that is way too many of those in hand. Which one? Slightly annoying. I think I still do this though, because it's more damage than what I can get otherwise. Snap attack for 40.
Okay.
It's been a while since that's happened.
Either forces you to get rid of the Spiritomb.
Full energy.
Yeah.
Use call energy. Your turn.
Right? Doesn't feel great. Yuxi for 3. That definitely helps though. Bite for 30.
Yep. Special Dark on the Tita.
Oh wait, that's 2 special darks, right?
Yep.
Yeah, it's too special. That.
To may I see?
You may not.
Yeah, Darkness Howl.
Much pain. Many ouchies were had this day.
SP radar. is a problem.
He is just a titanically fat bastard, isn't he? That's the issue.
Thinking about what I want to do here. There's ways to draw here, but it's trying to figure out the order. That at least gets me to the.
Oh, that was funny. It appeared as a second energy game for a sec there before it loaded in the picture properly. That was very
No,
funny.
I'm not. I'm not stupid enough to try that.
No. It was just the picture just needed to load in. That was amusing. Dude, imagine Regigigas if it could have like 2 energy gains on it though. Just DCE for its lariat thing and be really cool.
Collector. Poke a turn. Uxie for 3. Okay, that's an option. The right option.
A weird game state these end up in.
I think I need to get this out of the active. Power Claw is a problem. Cyclone Energy.
Okay. Yep, so the heal comes in.
It's really weird.
I think you're sequencing error a bit here, but
Thinking.
You can't energy game because Spiritom's now
Oh.
active.
that's what I meant. I'm not sure why you didn't replay your stuff before the tomb came in, but that's a pretty obvious go-to for me. That was a pretty...
I shouldn't put that down. I should put down something else. Chomp the active.
Okay.
You're on a roll today.
Claw swipe.
There's another 10. Resist colorless.
That Power Claw is pretty scary at the minute.
Yeah. He's a big lad.
Problem is, he might be too fat to deal with.
So I think we're... Well, I ain't gonna say much because coaching, you know.
Special Dark on the T-Tar. Pass.
I think I need to make sure that this damage stays on the board is the issue. Yeah, I think we have to take out that Nidoran.
Yep. Start to the Tyranitar. Pass.
Pass. Really use a Pont right now.
Rainbow. Retreat.
Yep.
Maiden Tail take KO. 3. Okay.
Oh no, how are you going to defend against Lucario now that that's gone? Can you imagine?
I was thinking about having a Metal Energy in here for Lucario. And it's Conviction.
Collection, but yeah.
Or, there's a lot of these cards that are Convictions.
There's a couple. Can't actually think of that many, but I am going to.
2 total.
I am going to look up that word on here. There are almost none actually. There is exactly one card that has ever had Conviction in its name, and that's Karen's Conviction.
I thought that was Ambition, was it then?
Ambition is probably a little bit more used, yeah. Although maybe that's only Cynthia as well. Yeah, looks like that's only Cynthia. That's recency bias, mind you, because yeah, Cynthia's Ambition is a pretty new card, all things considered. But yeah, that's the only card that's
Premier
had.
Ball?
Yep. Yep, the Spiritom's gone, so no more item lock. No more.
Yep.
This one, probably gonna give up something. Or do I? Actually, let me think here. I should probably do this first. Alright, bring in Spiritomb.
Which? This one?
The damaged one, yeah.
I've never seen an SP player so willing to item lock themselves.
Yeah, well, if it's gonna take a knockout, then I guess it makes sense here, right?
Yeah, it makes sense. Yeah, Having
It's
a
just
gab.
funny, yeah.
Yeah, we'll Psychic Restore putting Yuxi back in, because might as well heal the damn thing. I don't think I'm going to be able to take out that Tyranitar. I think I need to eat around it.
That is what this deck is supposed to do. You don't always take on the big bungler in front of you, you take on all the stuff around it, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it is spooky. This game is effectively only a couple of bright looks away from loss here, right? So you're gonna have 4 turns to get them, by the looks of it. Or Dragon Rush, you know, that's also obviously an option, but...
Yeah. Just not hitting the supporters I need.
Step to Oopsie.
You can Uxie.
Okay.
Well, shit, did they ever get this far?
I know, right?
I know, it's a pretty big hand, I don't have one of those right now.
That's darkness to the Oopsie. Hot.
It's nice to have those.
I'm kind of surprised you didn't put the Ambipom up, actually, but I can see why, but it's just very slightly
I
surprising.
don't think there's...
Yeah, I just don't know what it's going to do from here is the thing, but that's just me.
I don't think there's going to be much more opportunities
Help.
to... Yeah, that's scary. $70 damage Darkness Vial?
Okay, so
kinda scary.
technically what this does, I think, is it allows for a 110 hit from the second attack now, right? The Power Claw, because you've got 3
It's also just
special
a bit more
darts.
HP buffer in case of real shenanigans. And it clears my hand. It gets out of the deck if I get random judged. If I get... There's a bunch of things that's doing.
Yeah, I
Most
guess.
of them summed up as Power Claw Tech KO. Most of them summed. Power Claw Take KO.
So I think I'd caught that, but you were mid-sentence in something else, so you know, that's why I wasn't immediately moved. Because yeah, you were talking in someone else, and then it's just like, oh yeah, end sentence going.
I need to get this hand down. I'm not sure that these are going to be useful anymore is the thing.
Well,
I think I'm gonna have to go for getting... This is not the ideal. That helps.
we are literally just playing Yuxi Donkey.
I have 180 HP and resistance to Psychic. This was not scary.
No, but it's more to get them back into the deck.
Listen, it's moral support, okay?
Okay, I've got those two. And I should. What items should I get here? I'm not expecting another Yuxi, and what other powers do you have? Pokéturn's probably where I want to go.
Makes the most sense to me.
Alright, now for the strongest Psychic Restore you've ever seen.
All your damage.
Yeah, I was gonna say, just.
Yeah, I would have
The
been.
old-
With fuck's
Okay,
sake.
how is it? Yeah,
I
that's.
think because I think it must have registered a grab at the same time it moved them.
Ah,
It's
okay.
supposed to happen, but
I've never actually done that, I don't think, so...
like that.
Yep.
Hello, Wisma. Our claw take KO.
Yep.
This is, as we say, extremely dangerous.
I should be safe. Get the bat in. Chomp the undamaged Yuxi. Right, look in one of the 20 health Yuxis.
There's
Probably.
an energy, so there's a difference.
And the one without an energy is probably going to be... That's... Yeah, no, I think that's correct. Pont. That's slightly in. But I don't... Possible. Retreat.
You, yeah, you have a thing on there, so...
You can't wear a watch and a belt at the same time. That's the rules.
Actually, then I should rethink this entirely. Hang on. This is more legal. Snap attack KO.
So it's an easier search if I do
Retreat.
that.
Take KO.
Yep. Do I want to go for it? It's a win if I do, but it's risky. Okay, that helps. SP radar. Putting back in that. Cyrus's conspiracy. That. Okay, I don't have another one of those, that's fine.
Yeah, I kind of went graveyard looking just to see myself what was available. That's what I would do as the opposition as well, to be honest. So.
Quarters and it's worth taking? Not really. Although I should.
World's fanciest
Hang on.
energy search.
Hang on, I should probably take something out if I'm going to use one of these cards, yeah. Oh, whoops. So it's these three.
Spray, collector, lightning, yeah.
And we will pass. No, wait, no, I should attach energy. Hang on, give me a second.
You should.
I drew anyway, you know.
Yeah, it'll be your drawer is fine. It's just you really should attach first.
Yeah, I'm just figuring out where to attach is the thing. It does matter. It's whether I put my basket onto Garchomp or Luxray. Oh, this is painful. How many lightning do I have in there? None.
Yeah.
I have to go for that one.
Okay. And sniff the Mantle Obliteration. Take KO.
Okay, we have options. Pokemon reversal. Haunt.
Yeah. You should have had that game easier, Sai.
Yeah, I just could not find my second BTS that game because I milled the first one.
Right, yeah, so the first...
I
In fact,
the one for ages, but no way of getting them down safely.
The one issue was Cyrus for Pont. You should have Cyrus for another Cyrus, because you would have had an energy next turn. You actually missed an attach that turn, I believe, as well.
I know.
You would have had the energy, you would have kept the stuff in hand, and that's yeah, that's the one thing.
These either.
It's not an easy game.
No. Even my candies. Ugh. Yeah, that in game just bad draws. Hit all my junk.
It is bad draws, but at the same time, if sequencing was properly correct, you wouldn't have been in the game no matter what you did. To be totally honest with you, there was no way that you would have been able to stop the thing being that many prizes down if the sequencing was correct. So I wouldn't feel too bad about it, to be honest, because yeah, that was the game that you were not supposed to win, like, at all. So, because being that many prizes, you basically you knew that Luxray and Garchomp level X's were both in hand, so it was literally just a case of, you've got 4 KOs to take, but Sai only needs like 3 turns at absolute most in order to take the bench snipes that you've still got lying around. So yeah, with just a little bit, that's just the practice side of it, isn't it? Just with a little bit of improved sequencing, that would have been 100% locked up because of the price deficit that was there.
Very scary deck.
It kind of beats the one major thing that I would have had, because 160 is just a little bit too high for stuff. I mean, obviously resistance doesn't help, but 160 is a little bit too high for the attacks that my main one actually has at the moment. I think I need to maybe try and fit an expert belt in there, but
the deck did do what I wanted it to do, though, which is eat around.
That is why, I mean, I know this is obviously Ambipom focused in terms of the donks, I was just trying to cheese a little bit more than the average Luxchomp, but that is why Luxchomp was so ridiculous, right? Is because it didn't often have to play ball with what the opponent wanted to throw at it. Played ball with all the things that they were using to set up instead,
Yeah, I don't think I did like what that last Dukes I threw down as spray bait. Kind of maybe didn't need to happen, but at the same time, my deck thing was probably a good idea for me in that situation anyway. To try and find the cards that mattered. Like the card that mattered to me in that game, Judge. Judging the SP deck, it's always a good thing.
Yeah. Yep.
BTS, because I could potentially sneak down a Nidoqueen and make the snipes harder. Again, didn't find it.
Why I tried to specifically target the Nidoran in the first place.
Yeah, and that's why I didn't play the second one down until I had the BTS to just do. It didn't help this thing was in the prizes, so I couldn't tomb it in.
I saw that, yeah.
Still, I don't think we've ever seen 4+ power Yuxi Psychic Restore.
Only because we haven't played like Shop It Dongo or anything like that sort of deck. That's the only real reason why, I think.
Fair.
Did I, back with like Scizor Cherrim, I think, did I not use like all 4 of my plus powers on one of those at one point? Like one Scizor? I think I did something really, really ridiculous with that at one point that was just like, what on earth is going on here?
2 BTS is probably correct, when you're expecting a lot of things to play BTS into you, but at the same time...
It's weird. I don't think BTS does that much in this deck, to be honest, but I know it has to be there, right? I'm not saying it's like completely terrible, but I've never really gotten along with BTS in a Tomb deck, especially without Claydol.
So I feel like Darkness Heil was underused in that match.
I was just partially respecting your Garchomp, partially respecting my inability to get Nidoqueen out.
Yeah, you did have...
I don't want to put my Uxies in bat range, thank you very much.
Yeah, your entire bench was Psychic, so it was... Yeah, your bench was just...
Garchomp.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not going to try and build spread against Garchomp. That's just not going to work.
Nah,
Fair,
Yeah, go on.
I just figured once it was starting to do 70 damage to the active, that's sort of a problem.
Yeah, like, it's decent, but at the same time, it's... Well, what's it actually... Is it going to change the math? I don't believe so, because you've still got, the same amount of turns to do basically the same thing, right? It's, I don't
It changes the math in that I want my Uxies die in 3 more turns, and then I lose the game that way.
Yeah, it's like
That's how it changes the
self-care.
math.
The 4 turns were used, like, relatively early into that late game, though. All 4 turns were used before... I think you were down to even
This
less
was
than
level
3
X,
prizes.
it was just sitting there.
Yeah, like that I can understand. Don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to say yeah it should have been done more or done less or whatever, but that's just my perspective on it. But yeah, like I said, I don't think it would have mattered what you did really if the sequencing was on point, because yeah, I actually forgot you played 4 lining in here rather than just the 3, because I saw
upped
one.
it when we went to collector.
Fair, because I saw one in the prizes and I was like that might be an issue, but yeah, no, the way I was looking at it going, pretty sure this should have been, again, I forgot the energy gain count as well actually, but makes sense. Yeah. Alright, not the worst. It does the thing. That is an important showcase.
So, next game?
I believe that will be yours, Cal.
Yeah, I'm just looking at
Can you change
seeing...
color normally, or
I guess I could, yeah.
just making sure, because in case I have to change it or anything?
Nah.
That's my question. What?
Yeah, no, I'm just
I want
looking.
my second deck. I do have a second.
It's just weird because like I have a couple. It's just I don't know what to actually use with it here. I don't even remember what's all in this one. I have not actually looked at this one in a hot minute, so give me a sec to see. Yeah, fuck it. We'll see how that goes.
This deck then, I'll assume.
Yeah, I'm not necessarily like.
I'll bring out the other deck out next game then.
Fair. Okay. What would we like? Heads? Okay. Yep. Seems legit. Alright.
Nidoran.
Also seems legit.
Darkness Grace.
Yep.
Surprised again, please.
Yeah, I have not automatically put it on just in case it is prized because I don't believe you, looking at the wording, I don't believe you put the damage counter on if it's not, you don't get to evolve. Although I will admit I haven't actually looked up that ruling, so I might just be
We do have a Nidoran.
Okay.
We do.
Cool. Alright. Let's see where we go from here then. It's not amazing to be honest. We'll go special metal. Yeah, it's kind of annoying, but we will just Yuxi for the 2 here. And go ahead.
Have the Nido Queen in hand. Alt. Rainbow on the Nido Queen.
I wouldn't bother because it's going away at the
Yeah,
end of the turn.
yeah, it's gonna be passed from there. So.
Yep. Yeah, that healing is a little annoying, not gonna lie, but okay, let's see.
Denied it.
Let's see if we can actually do something, because that Uxie ended up kind of helping, because it's let me actually go somewhere. Sage. Because, yeah, I needed the extra troll to actually get there in the first place. Ooh. Ooh, yuck, okay. That's kind of gross. Okay, I guess that will be fine. We'll take those two. A little bit annoying, but it is what it is. Right, so I wanted to get the actual hand shuffle for a second because this hand is now freaking huge because of this, but you know. Alright, Cypher. We'll put a lightning on the magnet, and I might as well go for the magnetic bomb. It just puts some pressure on here, and if I flip tails, I've got a special metal, so I don't do damage to myself anyway. So yeah, so 20 basically after the thingy. But it does put the pressure on. It's like you can't just heal tank for free now, basically. So I think it's not unreasonable. You can't just like evolve and have no consequence of it, because this thing's hitting relatively hard.
Blacked up.
Yep.
Wait a minute. This isn't base set or jungle.
You're right, it's not. Oh, you priced something nasty if you're getting that already. Okay.
Avatar. As elf.
Mm-hmm.
Avatar.
Feels like multiple Avatar prize. You're just like, shut the fuck up.
Down.
You.
Okay, sorry. And Darkness Grace.
Yep. I'll just put the damage back down for you because it is getting healed.
Yep.
Yep. Alrighty. Alright, asshole, deal with this.
That's the one. I had to change up my NG a bit because of the Rodan, and I'm realizing it's probably making me weak to this.
Yep. I'm just gonna go for the magnetic bomb here, actually, because I've attached for the turn. So, alright, still not getting it, but that's fine. So yeah, it's down to 40. That's fair.
Pupitar.
Yep.
Base. Back in. Search for Tyranitar.
Yep. Seems good.
Oopsie for 5.
Yep.
Catch a basic dart to the T-Tar. Darkness Grace.
Yeah.
Go down from 30.
No, you do not.
Oh yeah, right. Yeah.
You
So
just
I
Darkness Graced, yeah.
Yeah, I know. I just realised. Hang on, I forgot to put the counter on in the first place.
Yep. We will just put a second medal on the Scizor and we will take...
Dying to Magnet Bomb here anyway.
Yeah, we're gonna take the KO. Not much better to really do, so... yeah, Magnetic Bomb. I'm not gonna bother flipping because it Tails I don't do damage to myself anyway because of my special medal, so there's no point flipping.
Okay.
Alright, let's see how this plays out. Fortunately, that first Sage did get rid of the Zone X for now, but that's a very long way away from where we are, so...
Memory Berry.
Sure.
Bench T-Tar. Special Dark on active T-Tar. Bench a Tomb. Judge.
Sure. Actually, more or less completely fine with that.
Else.
Ooh, fancy.
And I will... Yep, do the Darkness Howl. You
Yep.
live on 10 thanks to your...
I certainly do. And Scizor takes no damage.
Yep.
Alright, we will draw. Oh, that's actually really good. Okay. Alright. Retreat with the special medal. Rare Candy Zone. Let's get that going straight away. We will place our one on the Scizor to use the super connectivity to get that special medal to the Scizor. So that's pretty good. Spoilers, you judged me out of that anyway, so I had it regardless, it seems. Yeah, it was one of those plays. Collector. Yeah, I was holding on to like Pawn and a bunch of other stuff, like Expert Belt as well, actually. So it was a pretty good judge, but I still kind of had everything regardless. This is my first actual deck search here, so I should do the proper thing here. It's like, but Cal, you could have just used the thing, got a Magnemite, and not paid the discard, and then I wouldn't have had it on my active. So you know. Yeah, so this just worked out much better basically than what it would have done if I just searched for the Magnemite beforehand. That's kind of annoying not having that. Never mind. Never mind. I actually don't remember how many of these I even have in here, so it's possible that I've got one in the prizes. We'll just have to see later. So, what else do we want? Probably that. Yeah, and then this can stay in hand at the moment. Right, yeah, you're lucky I didn't start that. Because this would have been so much nicer if I did. Wouldn't have had to, like, Yuxi for 2 or something at the start and be really dumb about it. Whatever, doesn't matter. We will put... Lightning down on this guy. And yeah, we'll medal Scissors for the 90 at the moment, yeah. Which
Okay.
is 80 after your Nidoqueen, which heals off these guys as well.
That's DCE. Power Core.
Yeah, that is a thing, isn't it? Power Claw is doing 90, isn't it? Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, yeah. I'm trying to think if there's anything I can even do from here. I think I've just been RNG'd out, to be honest with you. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what I'm expected to do. Yeah, I've been RNG'd out of the game. Must be nice. Yeah, nice luck. That's all I can say. It's alright. It's dig in. I mean, going first with the queen, getting queen turn 2 as well. I flipped tails twice. That would have getting the prize like turn earlier would have binged it in. So yeah, I got completely screwed by RNG. Not a lot more. Yep.
Full energy.
Yep.
Full energy. Top 2.
Okay. Judge. Yeah, to say I'm getting fucked over by this is a bit of an understatement. Alright, we'll attach Pokécom the Scizor back in. Okay. Well, at least I have that, so we can do stuff. Oh my god. Yeah, okay. That is a set of prizes. This game's already over. We'll see, but no, this game's already done. We'll draw the 6. Doesn't even fucking matter from here. We'll Pokécom a Magnemite in. To grab... I should probably just grab Scizor, that makes sense. Not Scizor, Cypher, right? Makes sense. Yeah. And bench another Magnet. We'll 0 retreat out to preserve the energy and go ahead. Yeah, with the Magnet, because I've got another one down now.
Only that item was actually useful in the mainline games.
Magnet's fine.
base. Go down, need arena. Retreat.
Yeah, GG.
Roll.
Look at this.
Oof.
I can't do anything. I've got plays, but there's no fucking point in playing because I prized the Magnezones, so I can't do anything. So yeah, not much to say.
Molt.
Okay, yeah, fair. Sure.
Unusual in that hand. Just I'm on Tyranitar. What hand says.
Let's go for Tails. Nope.
Ninja Wisma. Not Disgrace.
Okay. Attach the special medal, bench the Magnemite, go ahead.
X-Cloud.
Okay.
Select up.
Must be nice, yep.
Either round 2 avatars. Basic Darkness on Larvitar. Darkness Grace.
Yep. Alright. Scizor, Energy, KO.
Match. ETS. Font.
Must be nice to draw supporter cards. Well, you know, like any card you can play.
Jupiter.
Yeah, of course you draw it.
Tyranitar.
Yep.
Spiritomb. support point.
Sure.
Not a sequencing error, I was just about to oopsie. Speaking of which. Grace.
Yeah, sure. I mean, it's still not gonna do anything, but whatever. We've got Q. I might as well put the third energy down. After 5,000 years, I've actually drawn Pond, so you know. Doesn't do anything though, because I'm too far behind, really. Yep, seems about right. We'll take the care.
Okay. Special Dark. Tomb. Haunt.
Mm-hmm.
Retreat with Boost Gas. Darkness Gracing and Edo Queen.
Okay. Not gonna lie, this doesn't seem very good.
Yeah, I had a
Judge.
plan. I didn't draw it. Thanks.
Oh, sucks to be you, huh? Didn't fucking draw it. No right to complain at all. Take care.
Rainbow. Collector.
Now, considering you've basically you've had all the luck in all three of these games so far, you've got no right to complain about not drawing a plan after that.
Pixie for 4.
Yep. I mean, I have 4 Sableye in here, so I should be starting them at least, but I haven't seen a single fucking one this entire, the entire 3 game start, so yeah. One does not get to complain that easily.
And Darkness Howl.
Sure. Yeah, 20 on that, 10 on this because I've got a special medal. Alright. Now see, that makes it interesting. Now I don't know exactly what I want to do. Because that card is weird. I did have other plans, and then I guess this is gonna change them. We'll play Sedge. Ooh. That's kind of fancy. If I take... Yeah, okay, we can do that. Put these in. Right, since you've got BTS down, we might as well do it that way. We'll get the Scizor down. Expert Belt active. Pokecom, the Sableye that is kind of well past its usefulness now, unfortunately. It's that one. Yeah, grab ourselves the Uxie, I think. Seems like it would make the most sense here. Do we just do the draw? Yeah, we just do. Right, so we'll Uxie draw 5. So now things are actually getting into the game a little bit. This is amazing. Right, Candy Magnezone can actually do shit. Okay, so what's the main damage here? You've only got one special dart down in this, so yeah, I mean, I guess I should be a little bit more conservative. 2 special dark and a belt would do the 100 that would be needed to take this out. Yeah, because it goes through all effects, right? So that's the only reason he can even damage me.
Body and the special metals.
It's the only reason he can even damage me in the first place, to be honest with you. So yeah, I probably should be a bit more conservative, and I don't actually think I need the 130 here, right? Because yeah, even if you had a belt on here, I would be doing 220 total over 2 turns right now. Nido Queen can't save that ass. So I think we will just put a lightning down here, and yeah, we'll just hit for the 110 or 100 after Queen, right? Which does strip all the other damage counters off here as well, I guess. But
just be glad you're not against Meganium.
nah.
I was hoping to find my memory berry and just blow you out right now. Well, I wouldn't be a blowout at this point, but it would fucking hurt.
Hey, let's pop.
120. Yeah, I think it would actually make. I would have actually got the KO, yeah.
Yeah, Rage would do it, but I mean, what else am I gonna do, right?
Yeah. Unfortunately, my memory berry didn't want to play today, so.
Yeah, well. Again, can't complain considering how much of a head start you had on this one.
Head start's not turning out to mean much.
Well, you did just kind of give you 3 prizes, I suppose, so, you know, there is that.
Start as hell.
Sure.
Yeah, I did. My plan was to basically give up prizes until I can get in a position where I could just take one KO on your first Scizor and then basically have the second T-Tar ready to mess up whatever the power claw things.
Yeah, understandable.
The second T-Tar nor the memory berry, so
yeah. You should probably put a remove the damage counter on that active, because it technically does matter for the Magnezone math if I want to go down that route. So, because I'd be 10 short right now. I just want to make sure that's not not a thought that crosses my path, because I absolutely would pay retreat Jarable here. No, it's fine. I'm just like, I absolutely would pay retreat Jarable here if it was an option to keep the 2 prizes away. So it's best just to make sure that's not on my mind at all. I guess, given current board state, it probably doesn't hurt to bench the Sableye at this point. It's not going to get Darkness Howled after all, so I'm looking at it going, I've only really got one more mon I can put down anyway, and that's another Magnemite if I find it, so I don't realistically think I'll be getting more than that out right now. I mean, current wisdom says a third Cypher is already in the discard, so, you know. Yeah, I don't think there's a reason to use anything else in this hand right now. Will Pawn. That was my original plan, and then I drew Sage, and it was like, well, I guess I'm just going to use that instead then. You know, make sure that I have a supporter for next turn. Seems alright. Oh, now see, that is fancy. What do we do with that? Okay. Huh. You know, I was actually kind of only kidding about the retreat thing, but it is very nearly the correct play here. If the only reason it's not is because I had to use Unknown Q at the start of the game, and that's the one thing that's stopping it here. Because, you know, can't attach as well. So, yeah, that was very nearly the play to make there. It's kind of stunning, to be honest. But the problem is, if I do that, I can't, like, snipe this or anything, so I should really just not. We will put a special metal down on the Scizor here. Protect it from any potential other Darkness Howls going on. And, yeah, I don't think there's a lot else to really do. That thing's got cold. Right, okay, so you could just still do the same thing again, but I don't think I can do anything about that anyway. The awkward thing is 70 is enough. So, like, I guess I could pay a retreat for it. It's a little expensive though. It is expensive, but I think it might actually be the correct thing to do here, is to make sure I don't put the 2 prize liability as the thing here. So I will pay retreat to the other Scizor. I will go ahead and use the super connectivity on the Magnezone to attach, and 70 is exactly enough to get what I need, right? So yeah, we'll take care. I want to try and make sure that I deny as many prizes as I can in the long run here, right?
Level up.
Yep. Level up. You got that yellow orb from like, oh no, that's Tails that would have that. Yeah, you get level orb from Sonic Heroes.
This. Velf.
Alright, show me the Prime. Can't think of what else you'd be trying to go for here.
It was either I forgot it was in there or Scoop.
Oh shit. Okay.
I decided it's on the junk.
So here's why I said it almost was the correct play. I was joking, but if I didn't have that unknown on, I was gonna level up to Zone X and Gyro Ball with Expert Belt on the guy instead. But yeah, I think it was correct in the end to not give you the 2 prize liability one, and then if you did KO this with the Power Claw and whatnot, I was gonna go in and Cyber Shock next turn. So
It's like,
I think I was right.
It's got my good start. I just couldn't get a final setup going.
Yeah, I mean, my opening hand was unplayable whether you had item lock or not, I'll be honest with you. I think I did get a luxury ball at one point, which would have potentially helped.
Too greedy and trying to set up Nido Queen, because I thought I was going to have to spread a lot that game. Yeah, maybe I'm just reading the matchup wrong. I just need to be going in with Power Claw ASAP.
I'll be honest, I kind of forgot about Power Claw's like pure sprue thing, because I was like, oh yeah, you've got like just all special energy just about, it should be alright, but nope.
Well, wait a minute.
Yeah, I think we both realised afterwards, I was like, oh shit.
And I can actually push this to 100 sometimes, which is scary.
Yeah, that's a problem. Yeah, so like I said, I have 4 Sableye in here. Didn't see a fucking single one of them the whole way through. I mean, it happens, but it's pretty unfortunate, to be honest. Only playing the 1 Yuxi is maybe awkward. That did kind of screw me up in the first game, but at the same time, look at how shit your boards have always been. And, like, I'll just be completely blunt about it. Look how terrible all of your boards have been because you play so many of the fucker. It just is, and I'm not about that life in here. And yeah, I have more than enough supporter cards in here for stuff. I've got like 12 usable ones for things, and I just didn't draw a shit for so long in the early bits. Obviously, Versus Seeker and Datum is not as great, but there's only a couple of them, so it's not even that bad, and it works so well with Sableye that I wouldn't turn it down anyway. But yeah, I've got like so many options for a good start, even under Spiritomb, and I just couldn't find any of them, which was pretty stupid. But otherwise, yeah, it's pretty respectable. The Scizor obviously gets to do fairly big numbers fairly easily. Sage's training is just neat because it's like you dig for the rare candies and stuff that way. It's not really that bad at all in here. I've got Palmer and 2 Versus Seeker that I can recover stuff if I have to anyway. And yeah, it's an aggressive, like, get through the thing. Scizor can do quite a lot of damage and protects itself against a ton of the decks in the format. And, yeah, is pretty alright, you know? Who was it? Was it Pell, I think, convinced me to play a 1 BTS in here? Because it was, I'm not a fan, to be honest, but, yeah, it is what it is. And yeah, the 3-2-3 instead of the like 4-3 whatever, because I'm still going to use the zone level X. That's like one of the entire points, right, of accelerate stuff shifted around the place. Cyber Shock is still a pain in the ass as well, and yeah, makes a lot of sense with it that way. So yeah, sorry it's more Magnezone, but I think this is a bit of a different zone take to a lot of them because it's entirely on the Excel thing.
And it is a Scizor deck as well. That's
yeah.
You're going to put the Scizor in with. It's just a good stuff card otherwise.
Yeah, primarily it is a Scizor deck, that's true. I just looked at it going, this seems shockingly similar to one of the decks that I did really like in Gen 7, just with a slightly different like attacker here, right? Because it's not like Mewtwo and Mew tag team thing for it. So, you know, but it's got the zone XL thing, it's got a decent attacker to go with it, and, you know, Sage's training is only 1 card shallower than Hapu, so it's got a very similar vibe to a deck that I really enjoyed in the past, so this was my first target, more or less, to look at. And Sableye do Sableye things sometimes. Sometimes he just decides he's gonna fuck off and not actually play with you, but you know. Yeah, such is the way, right? And then the one Nidoqueen in here is more of a tech pick, because, I mean, it's obviously why, but it's like, I can heal the damage that I do to myself with super connectivity, and that seems like it's kind of important when you're excelling.
My spread plan if I went for that as well.
Yeah, well, I wanted to. I had the Queen in hand, but I never drew a basic search, so, you know.
The reason I'm on free collector 2 calls in this, it just feels like enough.
Yeah.
You won't be any less than this.
I mean, I understand that. At the same time, you can't play Call Energy in this deck.
True.
And also, I'm supposed to start Sableye more often than not, really. I know there's more basics than there are Sableyes, like, in terms of Sableye to non-Sableye thing, but more often than not, I should be starting with Sableye, like, at least a reasonable amount, or have a collector in hand, right? It's seven outs in the deck to the playable start.
You did the free retreat.
Yep.
The Cypher's free retreat because it's that one.
Yep. So I'm playing this one because of the donk
Use
bullshit.
Free retreat if you manage to survive until your first turn.
I'm playing this one solely because the 60 HP one got donked the last time I played it. So I'm like, okay, I guess I'm just gonna play this one then. because I actually got right on that when I played the Scizor Cherrim deck. So like, fuck it, I'm playing this one. Then, you
there's
know.
worse thoughts than that. There were back then. Now.
Yeah, so I still remember that. So I'm like, yeah, I'm just gonna play the 70 HP
Tail
no
Snap.
retreat one then. Yeah, Tail Snap would be annoying, that's for sure.
Now they have to batch you first.
Yeah. But yeah, I think overall it's good. Like there's not much more to say with it. Obviously, special energy decks are going to be pretty heavy. Not every deck is going to be that way, but like a lot of them will be, and you do still hit decent numbers for low energy even if you don't have that aspect, right? 70 for 2 is nothing to scoff at, you know. When it's on the stage 1 like this, it's really not that bad. And yeah, sometimes Red Arm is just going to win you the game, you know. So
Yeah, you want to play Cal now?
I think all 3 decks have had a good showing at this point, and we wanted to do some deck building stuff, I think.
Oh.
yeah, look, I don't mind if you want to do that. That is more than fine with me.
My second then.
Oh, sorry.
It's okay. It's just
It's okay, I've got more than just that one
don't
as
think I
well.
wanna
Oh
play
god,
against
of
this anyway.
course. Okay. This without the Flygon. I see.
I absolutely do not want to play against that as an empty deck.
Yeah, I got this off Sticks prizes. Oh, it actually uses a Drapion. Nothing's used that yet.
I think, well, I really wanted to, but the psychic weakness was so horrible at that time.
Yeah, this is
Yeah.
very similar to the list that was on the thing. I think I took out a Q from the Warp Energy and maybe a couple of other minor consistency tweaks.
If I remember rightly, Legend has this deck, but with Flygon in it as well, more or less, instead of like the Unknowns or something.
Yeah. Then I also took out a BTS for a Pokémon because I thought 4 was overkill.
DNA would have a fit if he saw this deck, though.
Go
No.
show it to him.
No Sage, no Rare Candy. I get why no Rare Candy in some ways, but yeah, no Sage, no Candy. That Vileplume is not necessarily the slowest out there, but it's certainly not as quick as it would often need to be on average. Case in point. Let's just before we get started on other stuff, let's throw out the vaccine version of Vilegar because this is very manageable because Miss Majors is certainly no Gengar, that's for sure. Like, the second attack is the same, but it can't be understated how important the rest of Gengar is to making it work as well. This is fine, it works, but it's very killable, right?
Yeah,
And
this dies to Belted Darkness Howl. That's
yeah.
weakness, I know, but still.
Yeah, there is that. But
Good luck getting that belt on.
yeah, because this deck usually leads Spiritomb, so that belt's not going on like ever, basically.
I'll only have to. I'll just have to sign my special darks.
Yeah, finding the special darks would be much better for it. But yeah, this gets it out much more quickly. It can actually be kind of annoying with the PCOMs and candy stuff with it, and obviously free candy might be excessive, but the goal really is to get that Vileplume out ASAP. Like, nothing else really matters as much in the end because this thing is so disruptive for a lot of decks, so you can kind of coast for a fair bit afterwards. You really just need to get this thing out, like, immediately.
It's a shame this doesn't have deep sleep.
Yeah. It's funny because I almost went with the other one instead because the draw free for both players would have been very amusing under the trainer lock, right? But you know,
Just play the EX, Misdreavus.
nobody will ever notice.
DNA will.
Yeah, delete this. Yeah, no, I mean, there's not much more to really say with it. It is deliberately toned down Biogas so that it's like there would be experience against it, because I do think it is important to actually have experience against this, because it really is one of those situations where if you just don't play against it because like, oh, it's stringy, I don't like it, it's like, nah, you're gonna get absolutely destroyed the one time it does get bought if you've not at least, you know, exposed yourself to it in testing, if nothing else. It really is important, especially as the format goes on and the stuff is going to get more item heavy as we go. It is
not going to go away until rotation. I can tell.
It is important, I think, to make sure that this at least gets, not even that it gets shown, but I mean obviously historically it should, but it's like, it's important to get experience against it because it is going to get bored at some point. Case in point. It wasn't just like me even thinking on that sort of line, huh?
Yeah, you wanted to deck build?
Yeah, we should probably get started.
We'll tidy these lists up first, I think.
Yeah, I think we're gonna need to do more or less a full wipe here if I'm gonna bring out what I usually work with.
I could also reset the room, but
I mean, I can do that easy enough. Just zoom out. Once you reset the room, it's like zoom out, highlight everything, press delete.
you can only highlight so much stuff at once.
128 objects. That's not that many in the grand scheme of things.
Because I'm highlighting the entire room right now.
Yeah, because there's not 128 objects in the room right now. No, the limit I think is about 128 because every time you have like a large card pool coming in, which yeah. So this is where this is where I end up loading in the large thing. I say large thing. It's certainly not Kib trying to load his entire like 900 card plus collection in one fell swoop. This is not that big.
Wasn't Leo's over 1,000 at one point?
Yeah, Leo also did the same thing. Silly boy. Alright, so it's one, and then I keep trainer energy separate because apart from there's just not as many of them, loading in one giant thing with all of them at once is just annoying, to be honest, so I like having the separation. And unfortunately, like, this is a weird thing. I don't know when this started happening actually, but I have the basic energy loaded in as well because the wells have been a bit slow for me recently. I don't really know why, but they have kind of every time like I pull an energy out of them, there is a very noticeable like lag on the thing for it. I don't really know what's up with that, but
I would do why I haven't made any real changes on them lately.
No, it's been a reasonable while, but then I've just gone.
Might have happened when the update happened.
It's very possible.
Things went weird then.
Yeah. Okay, so obviously this isn't a complete comprehensive of absolutely everything ever, but this is more or less what I've been looking at. Going, yeah, there's at least some situation where this is usable, right? This also includes the new set. But I don't know if I might have missed something from the new set, but it's a small one. Probably not. Some of these arts are Call of Legends because I looked at the different arts and I was like, I like that one better, so I'm using that one. You know. Yeah, I took out the new Magmortar because in the end it just is objectively worse than what I've already used, really, because you know it's 2 fire 2 colors to do 100 discard 2 fire. I mean that's fine, but I think I've already used better than that with other stuff, and its first attack of mill and do like 50 per energy mill. That is, I see the energy or fire.
I see we have Arceus at home.
Good. I mean, honestly, I don't think the EVs are all quite there, but I think it's not a million miles away, and if they are usable, Espeon is going to be good in that setup, right?
Yeah,
Both
unless
of them.
you're trying to be a cheese ball with the ice bind, but
Nah. Also, hello, pal. It's like, I mean, Evo Blast is not a million miles away from being reasonable. It's a little bit too expensive, perhaps, but it's not a million miles out from being, like, okay, right? And, I mean, we know the other Espeon is at least good. You've mentioned how annoying the Umbreon can be, and yeah, it would probably fuck over a lot of the decks I've been looking at, so...
like, what would your Scizor Magnezone deck do to it? Not much.
Yeah, I was trying to think immediately off of
You
it.
can't
I'd
even
have to,
paralyze
like...
lock this.
I'd have to probably I think Magneton might be the only attacker in there actually that'd work. I
Do you
mean,
want to do it
yeah.
base set style? Or rather jungle style?
Maybe if this was Gen 8 then I would have, because it'd be weak to grass at that point. But, you know. Yeah, no, I'm not actually sure there is a lot that I would do with it that way. So, yeah, but also the other thing I didn't show was because it's just the numbers don't quite work into what you bought, was Typh NDR. Not NDR. Well, no, Ninetales is the end, right? Deoxys Rayquaza with the Typhlosion thing. I built more or less a Turbo Radio deck. That's like really cool, but it doesn't really work into Tyranitar Prime, so I didn't exactly throw it in there. Would absolutely wreck the other deck probably though. Even though it is item heavy, it's like I played it against my Plume stuff earlier and it worked. I don't imagine the Drapion is that much more threatening in the end. Like, it's fine, but it's not really that good, I'll be honest with you. I don't even have it in here anymore because I just lost faith in, like, I'm never going to use it. It's just not good enough. So I don't even include it in here anymore. It would cause pain by the mention of Call of Legends. I understand that, but some of the artworks in there are just better than the original ones. So that's why they're in here. I mean, look at this Clever. So sassy.
Call of Legends, isn't that just a reverse hollow HGSS energy delivery service?
Yeah, mostly. I think it's also the Lost Remover delivery service, right?
Yeah, there's also a Lucario in there which looked interesting. Was there 20 for each of your Lost Zone ones for DCE?
Yeah, I think I've taken all Lucarios out at this point because I don't think any of them are really that good anymore. When you consider what we already like have around.
Yeah, I think losing level just kind of killed them.
Yeah. Whoops. Also, I thought I'd actually taken this guy out ages ago, but I have the Bronzong that has like the energy search thingy in here as well. I totally forgot that I still had that here. It was the set that added Lost Remover and had chase rares that were all Japanese promos. Pain. Yep. Yeah, this thing's a dick.
Yeah, I thought, oh, you're gonna bring. I saw it in the set. I thought, oh, is that due this week? And I went, no Seeker.
Nah,
it's like
not.
Everything's waiting for Seeker or Twins or something.
What does this remind you of? Everything's waiting for DCE. But DC is a problem child. Just put it that way now. I think it's not unfair to say.
I get the idea of putting something like it, but it really should have had a downside on it from the start. It was probably a problem all the way back in base set, much less right now.
It was... in base set specifically, it was like... I guess you could use it for Chansey. That was about it.
Okay, yeah, I guess Wigglytuff is jungle, isn't it?
Wigglytuff is jungle. Clefairy was one shot by jab, so I don't think it was really
I mean, you wouldn't use
played.
DC on a Clefable anyway. Even that
Yeah,
was
but
jungle.
Clefairy and Clefable were in separate sets. Clefairy was in base set, but it takes 3 colors to use its thing on a 40 HP dude. And you know the dumbest part about that is when it got reprinted, effectively reprinted later on, that actually technically saw play because it was a fairy type and it worked really well at the time into, like, I forget exactly what deck it was, but there was a deck that it absolutely wrecked because it was fairy. And even though it was still 3 colorless and it was still like 40 HP, there was a deck that played it.
How do we feel about this shenaniganry?
Where are we looking?
Delcatty is
Delcatty,
cool.
Rhyperior.
Yeah,
Late the Moo is what I've heard.
Yeah, this won't work as a stage 2 level X. Like, I technically did have a 2010 deck built that was from one of the... I think it was probably from the Twitter thing that I changed around just a tiny bit. Never even tested it because I was like, okay, this definitely isn't going to work, unfortunately. But when Mew Prime puts the level X in the loss zone and can copy its attack at that point, then it works. Right, because then we has... God, everything's fairly to love when you tile. I know what you... It's fine, we'll get there. Yeah, when a basic is using this attack, it's really, really good. But as a stage 2 level X, it's just not going to work. I forgot that they could use the opponent stuff as well. This thing's a dick.
That's one of the use it in the Moo deck because then you skip the whole stage 2 level X thing. That makes cards much better apparently. I mean, they don't have to be stage 2 level X's.
Yeah, go figure, huh? You know, there was... I mean, this really sucks that we lost the Moonlight, I guess, for this, but I guess it's not even that big of a deal. I was kind of looking at the Giratina as a Valplane thing. And not just because, oh, it's a Gen 6 reference, where it's just like, I'm kind of looking at it going, well, if the opponent can't play item stuff and they're having the hard time setting up anyway, this suddenly starts looking a little bit better, right?
My thought is that they just discard their items.
How?
For tentacles? Oh, you mean you're not using it for tentacles?
No! Use it for attacking!
Oh.
If they can't set up very quick anyway, this thing actually starts looking alright.
I mean, it takes DCE.
Exactly! That's what I'm saying. It takes DCE. The 10 spread stuff can actually start being kind of annoying right from the start, but it takes DCE. It does a 60 for the Psychic DCE. That's not even that bad. And then yeah, it just starts doing mega spread as you go through. If the opponent can't play the item stuff in the first place, I'm not even super sure. Maybe you would play one of this, but I'd hate starting with it though. And you've got to think that the Origin form Giratina is probably the best one when it comes to actually, you know, hitting with it and whatnot.
I think Giratina's on HGSS, or is it just those ones?
I've looked through the other Tinas though. There was one that had like 100.
That's all.
Yeah. There was one
remotely interesting.
There was one that had like 110 HP, but it has garbage attacks. I mean, Dragon Breath is its big hit. That should tell you a lot.
The other one is it's a weak hit and run attack, 20 for PC. Thanks.
Yep. Whereas, yeah, again, this is just like DCE, spread 10 to everything at the start is really not that bad. Again, if the opponent is item locked anyway, they're going to have a harder time setting up, then this starts looking pretty alright. I was looking at it more like, I know obviously the level X is still a thing there, but I was looking at it more because this is not a completely unreasonable basic hitter for something like the Vileplume, which is not necessarily the norm, right? Because most basics that aren't SP, which inherently don't work super well with it, right? They kind of don't really do their thing, you know.
Just asking a silly question. Are we moving to Triumphant next week or not?
I mean, I'm not uploading anything from today for stuff,
Okay.
right? Because we haven't. I mean, okay, I kind of put one new thing out, but it's not really anything different from last time. If we're being honest, it's a holdover sort of bit, right? I didn't think the idea was that this was like a half-week session sort of thing. I don't know. I thought the idea was that we'd be making stuff
kind of
too.
Confused too, because I was about to talk about me wondering if this is a potential Don fan replacement and Don champ, if you can run enough basic fightings to make Drought reliable.
Yeah, I don't know. I've always I mean, obviously I played the Kyogre at one point, so I've always looked at the Groudon going, well, it is cool, and it does kind of can fill like a reasonable niche for it, but no, I figured you would at least Sai would probably appreciate having another, like, you know, chance to build something from this set rather than,
Like,
doesn't have to be a new
out,
card.
but don't really need to set out, do we?
The what's up?
I think I'm getting the new set out. Just look at what is new in the format, but we don't really need to. I don't think.
I think I've managed to get basically everything that's like reasonably playable in here. But
That's how I look for ideas. That's all.
yeah, no, but I mean there are potentially some things I could have missed if you think the place can take it. If you do want to get it out, then go for it. But I think I've been
search on put on another website.
Yeah.
On my other monitor, so
I think I've been reasonably. I don't know why I've still got the Ho and Lugia Legends in here. By the way, they're obviously not not good enough for it, but
yeah, like I said before with Lugia, it just isn't support this format. There's nothing which does what it needs to do.
it's just
And
hard to
Ho
get.
has loses Dialga syndrome.
I guess they're just in here still because they're pretty, and that's a good enough excuse. I don't know what their insistence on making Lugia water type in this block was, though. Like, I know
I think for
hers.
the legend it would be for Rain Dance compatibility, but I'm not sure what apart from that.
The regular Lugias are also watered, not just the legends, so that's why I'm like, what?
Go home, TCG. You're drunk.
Also, whale. He's in here just because.
Whale.
He's not quite the biggest whale that we've had, but he's still pretty big.
I guess with this, okay, looking at all different big guys, is there anything else to do with RDL other than throw in Typhlosion?
Unless you can somehow make like a Turbo Legend box deck work at the moment, I'm gonna say probably no. Not until Ember comes out. I can't really see any because of the specific way the energy is. You can't use this in Magnezone because Magnezone only accelerates lightning and it discards all fire. So
You need fire compatible Excel.
yeah, and yeah, Legend Box you could potentially, if you can turbo set up the thing for it, you could like get one into play with all the energy in one go. That is not completely out of the realm of possibility, but it is rather difficult to set up. And yeah, there really isn't any. I mean, unless you wanna run like a 4/4 Ninetale Sig and heat acceleration to it or something, then I have honestly been kind of considering like that sort of super turbo Ninetales sort of thing, because heat acceleration is a fucking absurd attack when you look at it. Like, literally search your discard for 3 fires and put them on one of your Pokemon. That is insane. But yeah, unfortunately, yeah, I don't think RDL is going to be usable for now outside of Typh. And even in there, it's kind of difficult to use right now, but not impossible, just kind of hard, because I don't think it's possible under like any reasonable game state to be able to get this charged up in one turn. When you just like, you can't shadow drop this really, which is the annoying bit. The deck I have for it does actually play like the 4 legend box and trying to be at least a little bit more of get it going via that. Because if you could get an energy excel via the legend box to it, then it's a bit more reasonable. You know, 2 Typh and then attach from hand.
Like if legend box didn't absolutely have to hit both halves, and it could kind of half charge one that already existed, then maybe. But
nah, then you're trying to build Max Elixir 2 generations early. that's all I'm gonna say on that one. It would be funny, but Max Elixir was also absolutely ridiculous. But then again, it was Gen 6, right? So everything was... At least I think it was Gen 6. That might have been sad.
Yeah, I'm looking at heat acceleration, and the fact that we're committing attached to a Ninetales that is probably dying, makes it an Excel 2 in reality. And at that point, you're a Weavile. You put things in the discard.
I get that, but the difference is that you're already playing like 3 Roast Reveal because it's a really good draw engine in the deck, right? It's not like you are playing a separate 2/2 line just to get that potential benefit. I do get what you're saying with it, but I mean, if you're actually leading Vulpix, then it's, you know, if you're playing the 4/4, you are gonna lead Vulpix quite often. It is gonna be searching your fire energy out of the deck anyhow. You're gonna have a Vulpix active. Doesn't exactly take much more to go like, okay, Ninetales, 1 fire on it out of the first 2 turns. If you're gonna have to pay the retreat anyway, then, you know, put some pressure on. Like, what if the opponent's a Spiritomb? And they just can't kill you?
One of a deck that's already running a different thing as a plan B sounds reasonable.
Yeah. That's more or less it. It's like, I would be running 4-3-1 as far as the Ninetales, right? 3 Roast Reveal, 1 Heat Excel. Because it's more of a, you know, like, bonus effect,
would you run
right?
The Vulpix that searches the fire, or the Vulpix that puts it in discard for you?
I hate this Vulpix, I'll be honest with you. Maybe I just don't play enough raw energy for it, but I never have enough to discard 2 with that thing. It's the same bad vibes that Magmar from Team Rocket Returns was giving me in the end. Like, every time I tried to play that in Bomb Tower.
We've already had the sheep outside.
Oh, where are we at?
Down here. I think I saw a list like that. Hang on. I think it was on Legend.
The Spread deck that had like Gallade, Infernape, and I think it probably had a Bomber Snow, yeah. Infernape being Split Bomb, obviously, with the E4.
There's not much that's grabbing my attention, really, and this is about it.
Yeah.
Let's see. Let me have a look at the list.
It's right near the bottom.
Looks like it would be usable. You just have to change up the junk arms and one-off twins and all.
No, I can understand. It's a strange one, isn't it? Really, of if we're looking for like quote unquote new concepts, then might be getting to that time where that's getting slightly harder. But yeah, not that there's nothing to play. It's just like, yeah, what actually grabs attention here?
Not sure we're
Really
using
kind
that.
of deck where you could just throw a bunch of random other spreaders in. 'Cause what do you need for this to work? You need a lot of spread and some way of killing Nidoqueen.
Well,
I
this
need
is the way that kills Nidoqueen,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, that kills Nidoqueen. You want Lucario then? I'm surprised the list on the site isn't using a Lucario.
Since
Because you do need to be pretty...
I guess the point for Lucario is probably just like, for the most part, your attacks aren't that intense anyway, right? So I think it's maybe just a case of, yeah, it doesn't necessarily do.
You say this kills the Lucario, the Nidoqueen, but it doesn't. Nidoqueen's pretty big. And if you let it live and they run Psychic into you, could be in for a very bad time. Because Belted Nidoqueen Mega Punch just kind of kills you. Just...
Yeah, I'm just
120
running through the
is
numbers a
30.
sec here. So assuming there were no prior counters on, which I think is a relatively bold assumption given this deck, to be honest. You put just a 1 from there, so it's like 50 to 80. It's not that far off, to be honest. I guess it depends. The deck doesn't play... Does it play
It's
Expo
one
Belt?
bat. The Legends list has one bat.
Does it have Belt?
No belt, but it's running 4 turns, so it's probably looking to bat it.
Right, because here's the thing, like, the bats actually scale this very quickly. If there are 2 damage counters on Nidoqueen, suddenly you're doing 90 damage to it. You only need to have 3 damage counters on the Queen before you kill it without any buffs. That's very attainable when you consider Galley level X, then, yeah, like bat turn bat.
This list has no way of getting the Nidoqueen in the first place. Unless your one warp point happens to do the one thing you want it to do.
Yeah, that is potentially a thing as well, yeah.
Maybe you splash a Luxray. But
Yeah, every deck can play 50 Pokemon, right?
I mean, it's either that or reversals. Take your pick.
Sai's gonna take the reversals 100% of the time. We know this. you have seriously had like an 85% hit rate on those fucking things in the last like 2 sessions we've done.
I think the reversals probably do work. I'm not. That's a Cyclone, not a Gust.
The one guy that is technically a Gust I've taken out because he sucks and I've never even considered it before, and that was the Metagross being reversal on as a once per turn power. I've taken him out because I've finally just gone, I am never fucking using this thing, I'm just not bothering. I probably shouldn't have this Metagross in either, to be honest, but because it is kind of just like budget Flygon as far as the body goes, and the rest of it's pretty bad. DC for 60 is at least potentially passable, but eh. But the reason I haven't is because the Prevos are actually pretty good. Like Beldum being able to switch for a hit and run thing is not bad, and Metang having essentially discard for 2 Psychic and attach them on something that can go further is actually kind of good. So
It's a shame the Geo Impact isn't better because Gravitation's pretty close otherwise.
yeah, Gravitation. Actually, kind of fun thing with that of the most recent video from Aaron Zeng, Cybertron, for VGC stuff was Sandy Shocks and Esparfer. Because Sandy Shocks has got gravity and Esparfer's got speed boost and hypnosis. So, yeah, it's pretty cool, right? Got a hypnosis that never misses. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure when it comes to the whole like Queen thing. Maybe you could, yeah, it's just like playing a ton of whatever monster, right? It's hard, because I'm sure the deck would love to play Luxray and Garchomp and probably fucking Dialga as well, and all of the 100 ways to.
I mean, Dialga also shuts off the body.
Yeah, that's the whole point. Technically, Dialga
It
also
also need a
shuts
Queen
off.
Answer. You have to find room for your reversals for it to work. You just gotta probably just run an extra warp energy or something to get it out. Blue Snow Veil, that's not the worst thing in the world.
I still don't like this card very much, I'll just be honest. Like, it's fine, but I've never been a fan. It just hasn't done anything for me any time that I've used it.
If you want SP energy anyway, then Dialga, well, then Devon becomes an option. But the full 4 is, well, yeah, if you don't need it for this guy.
Okay.
Yeah, because that's another thing you wouldn't need if you were using Dialga as your answer. You wouldn't need this guy either.
I do have that Lucario in this pile over here.
I didn't see it.
Yeah, the more I think about it to myself, the more Dialga seems like it also shuts off item lock, which is obviously a good thing.
Be a 1/1.
Yeah, it's a 1/1 there. He was in the pile too.
As it should be.
In that case, you wouldn't need that anymore. If the Nido Queen, just find a way of getting this in. Time Crystal. And it can't heal no more.
Time roulette go.
Sounds like something one of the Arcana Force cards would do.
I mean, obviously making
no,
the
the
joke.
Arcana Force Dialga is this one.
Yes, yes it is.
We'll see him soon enough, I'm sure.
It's kind of getting there, isn't it? I don't remember if that needed anything from Call of Legends. I know there's not many new cards, but there are some, right? But I don't remember if it even needed anything from there.
Like, I think the main thing it's waiting for is Seeker, so...
Yeah, the other thing I kind of wanted to make a deck of was the Kyogre Groudon, and I just couldn't like bring myself to do it in the end. You know, Tidal Wave, the Mega Tidal Wave even is the reason, not Massive Eruption. Because you know, mill the top 5 cards of your opponent's deck is pretty powerful text. If you happen to rip energy off of that too, then it's 30 to all of their bench for every energy you rip. So. That's pretty strong.
The game over runs 4 rescue energy, 2 research record. What sets that in?
I think if we're going this hard, we're probably also going to win this.
Yeah, con card.
6 level X's later.
I'm not sure if we need the Infernape. I'm not sure if we need the Infernape.
Well, it is kind of the muscle to finish stuff off, right?
Yeah, it beats the breaks down for you.
Yeah.
It beats Steelix, for example.
Does it?
Yeah, because Steelix is ×2 weak, right?
Yep.
How much do we want to dilute the energy pool is the thing?
Well, the legend list is 4 psychic, 3 fires, but you're on 4 SP energy.
God. At this rate, we might as well just make a fucking Regigigas FP deck looking at how much, how many different types of SPs you've got here. I have been tempted so many times to build this thing. I'm not lying
That's a very expensive attack, though.
It is. It's hard to charge for sure.
I mean, it could be a one-off tech as a Garchomp killer, but there's far better ways of doing it, but...
Drain Punch doesn't even do it.
True.
I'd rather at this point go for, where is it? This thing.
It doesn't.
Deck it out with the chance.
It certainly doesn't pull its punches against a Garchomp, that's for sure.
Oh. That's rather I don't think you want that in a spread deck, though. Just...
Oh. I don't think there is a colorless spread option that would fit here. Oh no, wait, there is! Hang on, where is the boy? Should be down here.
Oh yeah. The chopper.
I have seen this in the list or two.
There is a reason I've kept this thing around, right?
I guess you belt it and it pulls in the Garchomp and KOs it.
It sure does.
And then it does 70 to the active and 10 to everything else. If you belt it.
Running spread deck thing isn't running belt, but if you run belt, that is an option.
I just got the spread I was using before out, the 3-1.
Yeah, I mean the legend list. It doesn't have a belt in it.
Ah.
So I don't think this works unless you got at least 2 belts really.
Not from what's that. No, go on.
From what spread decks is that belt doesn't help them as much.
Yeah, it kind of doesn't, but this one, I'm not exactly sure I could agree with that, because all of your options do hit active as well. Like, chop up is not the most unreasonable thing if you were to hit it that way, right? Like 40 spread 10 to the bench is not
Split
bad.
Bomb's the only thing you really would never want to belt.
No, even that. Because you can hit active as one of the opponent's Pokemon, right? So you do 40 to the active, 20 to the bench, like Aura Sphere from Lucario, right? But on a basic. So even that's not the worst. Obviously, ideally, you would want to be energy gaining on that in order to do it for 1 energy instead. But like, there would be situations where you would want to, you know, smack something in the face for like 80 in the active or something, right?
Second Strike is also actually pretty dangerous in this deck.
Yeah, Second Strike is another good reason to potentially have Dialga. Are you starting to think of go down the same sort of lines I was looking at with the Vileplume
I was thinking,
thing?
hang on, we're using a psychic type spreader here. This is a psychic type spreader.
Yeah, but it's kind of anti-synergistic with everything.
But I don't think you could fit the plume at that point, and then it's just really...
This would have had to have been Giratina G in order to consider it. I'll just say that now, because without
if it was an SP, then we'd already play this card, let's be honest.
Yeah, without the SP tag, this card is nothing, I'm afraid. As far as Spread deck goes, it's its own thing, and that's about it, really.
Unfortunately, Cyrus kind of got murdered by Giratina.
Oh god. So obviously not for this deck, but I guess if I was to build anything completely new here, because I will admit, ideas are not exactly thin per se, but there's a lot of stuff that I'm just like, I don't know if I'm like capable of making this stuff here. But if there was one thing that I would probably want to ding up at some point, this stupid thing has to be up there.
Turtle soup.
Turtle soup.
I was thinking about that, but I figured
Like, I tried it before, I ended up going towards the Butterfree instead.
It's just, yeah, like, I don't know. I think it would be very stupid at least, but it'd probably be at least a more.
There is a MD call list on Legend for this turtle.
It'd be more interesting than Steelix, that's for sure.
It, it has the meme factor.
Yeah, exactly.
That the only card we'd have to replace is one Twins.
Which I gotta be honest, you probably don't even need that anyway.
I mean, it's probably Cyrus target, realistically.
Yeah, hard to be less interesting than Steelix, true.
So as for numbers on these, I assume 2-2 on the Infernape.
There's only a 2-1 actually. On
yeah,
this.
I don't think the focus is really on the level X here.
I think it's more that you tech this for Steelix, and the base just happens to help your primary game.
Fair enough. And
That's
then
what it's doing.
The Gallade, I'm pretty sure, would be 2-2 no matter what,
Yeah,
because you do want to level
I just
up
want
this
to
thing.
do the 3-1 argument to get the start it more.
No, because it's
And
not
then-
actually a good starter when you look at it.
where do I want to go on the Snow Bomb Snow?
I don't know, dude. I don't like it in the first place, so I'm not one to judge here.
20 each.
It's just never worked any time that I've used it. That's why I don't like it. It's not inherently bad. It just hasn't done shit for me. So it's as bad as it's been as bad to me as its typing is. So you know.
I wondered if you want to run like one old basic water to beat Dolphins, but without Roseanne's, that just sounds so bad.
Well, we have Cyrus.
True. Right, it's the SP deck has Cyrus's. That works.
Yeah, like you could.
The Legends list doesn't, but it seems like this would have it. This kind of spread deck would have problems with Dolphins taking 20 less. And I know regular Gigas uses the Bomb Snow to beat Dolphin decks, or try to at least.
Fails miserably at it, but yeah.
I imagine so, yes.
I'm sorry, I am way too cynical on that thing, but you know. Like I said, it just hasn't done shit for me, so why should I care?
So what was the energy count in the Legends one?
It was 4 Psychic, 3 Fire, 4 DCE, 1 Warp. But yeah, I'm thinking about it, so I think you do at least want one basic water in there.
Yeah, if you're gonna go with a more than like a 1-1.
I think 2 SP energy will at least be correct, I think. Just replace one each with 2 SP.
There is so many different types here.
I mean, you would if you're gonna play the Dialga, you at the very least do need to have some SP energy, right? Because the Dialga is gonna need that.
Like you could, I'm not sure if it's worth running the metal for it, but
It's only if you really value it as a main like attacker that you would want to Cyrus search out with, right?
yeah, I think you'd only really be interested in deafening either when you're desperate or if it's the lead. Those are the situations I'd really want to deafen in this list. Otherwise, I'd rather be split bombing or chopping up. So I think the DSPs are fine. Do we want a Bronzong?
Probably.
Do we want to get in under 40 Pokemon? Also, yes. But yeah, no, I get what you mean. Like, Bronzong is at least reasonable to consider.
Do we want a Jirachi? Do we...
I will attack you.
The list on the Legends has a Jirachi. Just
Which
saying.
direction?
Is it true?
I mean, Time Hollow could be pretty
yeah,
funny.
that's what
in a
I'm
spread
thinking. That's
deck.
what it's there for. It's a one-off with Time Hollow.
Yeah, I mean that's usually the way that the spread decks in the past have done their thing, right? Good old Rocklock, am I right? The thing is, you've just taken out the basic Psychic for that as well, so there's probably not going to be enough energy for it to hit.
Yeah, the energy.
I mean, you can just like start attaching it. Like I don't know, you could attach a DC to it or something, but then it's kind of not going anywhere from there. So I don't know. I get it.
The other
but...
consideration is obviously.
yeah,
want one of
like
those.
Garchomp is a consideration in, like all of these things, right? It's never bad, but again, do you want like 10 SP Pokemon, SP level X's in your deck or something here? Because that's kind of where we're getting to, you know?
I think you just cut a Bombus nose if you don't like it that much.
Well, I would, but that's just because I don't like it.
It's hard to argue with Garchomp.
I wouldn't
Yeah,
argue with that,
a
right?
good finisher.
Yeah, I mean, look at that face. You don't argue with a face like that.
No, you run away from it with
You
your
run
life.
away as fast as you fucking can, and then it just flies over and slashes you to bits. But you know,
Turns into air on its axis. It defies physics to turn in midair and then charges at you.
you clearly have not seen it in Scarlet Violet because yes, it actually does fly
Yes, it
in
does do
Scarlet
that.
Violet.
I didn't see that. I was making that joke.
1, 2, 5, 6, 7, 11, 12, 14, 16. Yet.
Make me a Nazelf in this list.
Yeah, I mean, look at this. This is the other bit, isn't it? Is it? This is what starts bogging everything down, right? Is
Well, we could go. Do we want to go down to 1 Abomasnow?
it depends how central you think it's going to be in the game plan, right? Because I think that's the real, I wouldn't say problem, but like that's the consideration, is like how much do you want it to be the game plan?
We could go more. I think it's more the Galliard would be useful.
It would be, but you can't have more of the Galliard.
I know. I think that's more the game plan here is Galliard.
Yeah, you're starting to go through the cogs of what I've gone through with this in the past, because I did have like a Galliard and Ferdate thing built before, and then I think it was just a little bit too greedy at the time. But stuff, it just like they worked fine, but it wasn't. I just didn't feel like it was. Ironically, didn't feel like it was synergistic enough. But that's when I ended up going to the Ampharos instead, because it's like, well, that disables the shit, and that was really good. But now we don't have Claydol to disable, so it's like, how good is it really?
Yeah, you just run sprays at that point. And the Legends list does have 2 spray.
Yeah, I imagine it's not a primary focus of the strat or anything, but
It's not me trying to shut down everything before you get set up and donkey. SP radar is a brainer. How many are they running?
1.
1, okay.
They're like 2 gain, 1 radar, 2 spray, 4 turn. Their ratios. I'm not saying they're good ratios, but that's their ratios.
It's interesting.
We're more into the SPE stuff, so we could probably add a 3rd game without too much stressing. But remember, we do have 3 slots to replace. We have 2 Junk Arm and Twins to replace.
That's the thing, is like the reason a lot of these ratios end up being much lower than before is because Junk Arm can just turn into one of these, right? Like SP Radar, I would probably still want to have a second one even in that sort of situation, because that's a lot of hand getting ripped by that, right? That's effectively taking, what, 3, 4, 5 cards to do that. Junk Arm 2 is like a 3 for 1, and then the SP Radar is a 2 for 1 as well, so it's like, you spend 5 cards to get that 1 SP out of the deck if you Junk Arm this. But stuff like 2 energy gain, like, that sounds really bad, but then if one hits the bin, you can Junk Arm it back. It's like, Junk Arm, we've seen this with Item Finder obviously before, but it's just like, it effectively is like virtual advantage in that. It's like, you virtually have 5 of them, because, yeah, once one hits the bin, it's like, I could turn my Junk Arm into this, and, you know, if I need more of them, then I can get it that way. So it's space consolidation. That's why only 2 reversal get played as well, right? Instead of the full 4. But since we don't have Junk Arm at the moment, that's something that we can't do, so... I mean, that's why a lot of the decks I've seen also only have maybe like 1 Versus Seeker in a deck that you would really think would play 3 or 4. Because the Junk Arm could turn into VS Seeker if it needs to be, right? Of course, there's an inherent downside in that you've got to actually get the card in the first place in the discard before it becomes that situation, but, you know.
Okay, we're on 45.
That's with the energy included as well, huh?
Yep.
How many Pokecoms do we want to be on?
And is the answer yes?
Yes.
What else are you?
Well, it's probably going to want a collector or 2.
Yeah, I mean, so far you have exactly 1 supporter in this deck, so I imagine many of the remaining 15 slots are going to be supporters, right?
Gonna want Pond.
This. We want Cyruses. We're an SP deck. We want
Yeah.
Cyruses.
Always want Cyrus.
I imagine we should still play the Luxury Ball here, just...
I couldn't see it when I was going over. I was
yeah.
looking for it.
It's
Small.
cut. I mean, in a way, you could say this one's cutting it close because you literally do have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You actually do have 6 level X's in here right now, so I could see an argument.
It's a bot now, and if you third oops, you still play Luxury Ball. That's what you'd tell me. That's what you, wouldn't ya?
Probably.
Yeah. Luxury Ball for Nuxie is pretty good.
Do you want Judge? There's 1 Judge in the Legends list, but you're an SP deck, so questionable.
Not sure.
Judge.
See, you know what's kind of funny about that now is I'm not actually sure how much that argument holds water anymore, because nobody has the inherent engine of Claydol, right? Because it's gone. So I don't actually think that SPs are particularly more disadvantaged by it than regular decks are. Maybe I'm wrong, I don't know, but yeah, like I might be completely off base with that, but I actually don't know if it's true anymore, that it's like it hurts SP more than anybody else. Because,
you can play around because you can just not blow your Cyruses all at once.
Mm-hmm.
I started that game with nearly 3 Cyrus in hand.
Yeah. Yeah, Pel's agreeing with me on it. I guess, I mean, it would make sense, right? It's just like, the reason that Judge was so ineffective against most non-SP decks before was because if they've got the Claydol out, then they just Claydol away from it anyway, right? But now that's not the case, so I don't think it's biased in that. And if anything, you could argue that this deck might be, in theory, could be better against Judge than an average lot because you've got the free Uxie in here, which, as we have seen, can be rather cloggy on a normal bench deck, right?
Do you play Galactic HQ for memes?
I would be very tempted. I'll be honest with you, if I was building an SP spread deck, I'd be very tempted now.
I mean, could be funny.
The other thing is, do you want a Seeker or any Seeker in the list or not?
You know, as funny as Galactic HQ would be, I'd actually almost be tempted to play Burn Tower instead if I was going to play a stadium in here. Like, I know it's on a coin flip still, so it's certainly not as good as like Viridian Forest would be later on, but being able to potentially recover your very limited basic energy in here really isn't like a bad proposition.
I think,
Yeah. There's no Palmers and Palmer's pretty awkward. There is Aaron's, but
Aaron's in there.
Yeah, like those are good cards for it too, but they do have some rather harsh like restrictions on them themselves. Like Palmer, you're not having access to those energy that turn, and Aaron, it means that you're not getting back one of your like 5 level X's here, you know.
when you want Premier Balls.
I have a Premier Ball.
Yeah, there's one in there.
Okay.
Do you want to go for a second one, or?
I don't think you need more than one unless you're 3-1ing something.
It's just the sheer number of them is the reason why you'd consider more than one here.
Oh, Azelf. We didn't grab
Yeah,
Azelf.
you need Azelf,
Yeah,
right?
You need that stuff. That's kind of important.
So if we were doing Judge, how many do we add?
This list runs the legend list runs 1. Not sure if there's enough space for 1.
And we need Pcom. 3 slots left.
Is 2 Clitter enough? With no call? I'd be tempted for a 3rd.
Well, we're at 60.
Welcome to my world. Oh, there was... Which one was it? I think it... I forget which deck it was I was building recently. It might have been the Blastoise thing. That I was... Like, my ended up philosophy was going, I'm just going to put in, like, absolutely everything that I could think of that I would want, and then pare it down. That pared down thing was starting at about 84 cards, so I was like, oh, maybe I've gone too far here. You know?
DNA has responded to you, but whatever.
I've got to see this real quick. Yeah. Sounds about right.
So, what else would we... question, I guess?
Again, it's not something I've attempted in a fair while, so I'm not really sure.
I'll probably run test hands with this, see what feels like it might be cuttable for stadiums.
Yeah, if that's the kind of way you'd want to go.
That and the Bebes, like, I don't know if I move for that. But I'll probably see just how much play the Bomber Snow has before committing to the Bebes. Because it might just be that's the cut. It's an awkward one because you don't... one tester and I'm gonna have to go get food.
I was just gonna test out myself while you guys did things.
Well,
Oh, you go get your stuff, dude. Don't worry about
Yeah.
this here. I think the
Don't
main
starve on our account.
yeah, exactly. And the main thing this was really for was to like at least take a look into how potentially like deck building stuff would work here, because again, without Claydol, a lot of things change, right? I mean, if you just play SP, then maybe you can get away with it, but like for regular deck stuff, and I think we saw the potential limitations on that will need to be considered going forward. Because yeah, bench management is maybe a bit harder when you're throwing Uxie's down every single turn.
You want to use you can use the show hand option, but actually, hang on. I think there's an option here. Okay, so I've just disabled hand hiding. So if you put them in your hand, we should be able to see them.
Yaha! Da da da!
Yeah, that is in options hands. That is.
So I assume with Tails I'd be going second here. I've drawn.
That's how I do it.
Yeah, I do the same.
So that would be. Oops. Still highlight.
Is this with card draw for turn?
Yes.
Right? Yes, okay. Just making sure.
Yeah, this looks like an early split bomb against most things.
If it lets me. There we go.
Yeah, I think when I built this sort of thing, I ended up using like a 3-1 Infernape or something because I valued Split Bomb a lot, but then again, I really didn't. I don't know if Abomasnow was even out at the time. I think that came out later, right?
Abomasnow was early.
Or was it early?
It was one of
Was it?
those
Oh,
cards
it was Stormfront, yeah. Fair dues.
that didn't do much on landing, but aged well.
Yeah, I still think it sucks, but that's just that's just me.
Radar. Fire Energy Collector. Yeah, that would be a split bomb for turn.
I'm thinking, would you collect it here or punt? Like,
With another Cyrus.
This one's also going to be Cyrus for radar, which is pretty likely on this hand. You have most of the other galactics you'd want. Then you might want to be planning for the punt at the end of the Cyrus chain. But,
I figured I'd want to get more Pokemon out next turn.
I guess I'm just not sure. Probably depends on what you're up against. Like, are you seeing a Nido around? Do you need to find your or something like that?
I don't mind Collector, if only because this hand otherwise doesn't have any way towards Uxie. And if because you've already got a radar there, if you're going to be using like double radar next turn, your entire hand is gone. And yeah, I would rather have like availability of UC, because you've already got one radar in hand, so if you need the level X, then you already have access to it for Infernape. So yeah, I would rather take and you've got Premier Ball too, so you've got like everything that way. I would rather take the access to Uxie to get a fresh like 6 or 7 cards out of this hand personally, but maybe that's just my I get the idea with Pond.
There is probably a good turn for you to not play Cyrus.
Yeah, like I get the idea with Pawn, but I also feel like you could probably just draw 5 or 6 cards out of this hand if you play it down that sort of way, and then, you know, that's likely to get you an energy anyway. And, you know, some people are just born with it.
I think I would also just burn the radar immediately, get 3rd SP in play. Just because you're to enable this power spray all the time, because you're going to want to burn out the first Uxie you see, probably. If you're planning on Uxieing soon.
Yeah, I could see that, but then I don't know what would have been the cut, the turn out of that hand, I guess. Yeah, I don't know.
If you have a reason to search first, so if you have a Gallade in play already, you know, you can get and so you happens to the Infernape, you're immediately able to go into level X. That's my overthinking. Your plan B for if something kills Infernape, which isn't unreasonable.
What, with just one attack on the second turn? Maybe, but that seems kind of unlikely, to be honest. Like, that was turn 1 going second, right? That's not too...
Maybe I'm just too used to city starts at this point.
To be
I might
fair...
be just my opponents on Ambipom's hell.
Yeah, to be fair, you probably have at least a little bit of PTSD off of that right now. Let's be real. Because, yeah, you kind of got put through.
On it.
You kind of got put through the ringer with that. Alright, I suppose I should probably try and load up a thing myself here, huh?
Say we're probably taking a KO this turn with 2 bat pings.
I don't think so. Not when you're doing 20. 40 plus 2 bats, only 60. And I don't think even
if there's a basic on the bench.
It just depends on what you've actually been able to hit with that, really. Because, yeah, it's not entirely out of the realm of logic. But at the same time, yeah, it's tough, right? Because, yeah, you'll get a hit, you'll get a kill on some things, but it really just depends what...
another split bomb.
Because what you've got to remember is that you did go second, so the opponent has had 2 turns at this point for stuff, so...
DTE comes from?
That was attached
this turn,
beforehand,
draw
you
for
just
turn?
drew it.
Oh, drop turn, right, yeah.
Like I said,
oh yeah, it was taking Cyrus's turn, right,
yeah,
that's what confused me.
Some people are just born with it. What can we say?
Oh. X.
Right, anyway, where do I want to go with this?
This is definitely a Cyrus turn. So we're looking
I think
for...
at this point, depending a lot on what the opponent's doing, is there's a strong argument taking Fire Spin against a lot of things here. The opponent's being threatening.
I was thinking powering up the Gallade, start going...
That's what you do if they're being passive, for sure. Like, if they're putting something in front of you that just needs to die.
Well, here's the thing, I can drag something in with Intimidating Roar.
Remember, it's a Cyclone, not a Gust.
Yes. But I can, if they have something that's threatening the Infernape up already.
Ah, I have found a flaw. The Flygon Drapion Vileplume thing is listed. This is the thing with PTCG Legends, right? They're which Pokemon they're using, like in terms of the basics and everything, isn't always correct. It doesn't seem like, because they actually have the inviting trap inch on their FTV list. That has been rotated. That was in Secret Wonders. So
yeah.
Energy gain, Psychic, Treat Free, Level X.
Level up.
Put the damage counters down and start using Chop Up.
The list that they stole it from, I won't say stole because that's rude, but the list that they acquired it from has the correct ones, because the credit is Retro Library, and the picture that they have there does have the correct one in. So
that would probably be a KO on something at this point.
Probably. I think this is about the extent of what you can really do as a solitaire test, though. You have to be playing against...
Normally I only go to when I've set up, and at that point I think, okay, my deck's working.
Yeah.
I think it's not looking bad here.
Yeah, this is definitely set up. My only worry is the bench is the only thing I want to take away from this is that bench filling is a risk with this deck.
Yeah.
You might have to think before you bench things.
As with many decks. Alright, I'm gonna clear this stuff up instead. Do you wanna actually try it against something proper while Pepper goes and gets food? Because I do have other bits I can bring in.
If it's Vileplume, no.
No, I'm not. It's not just. I don't just have Vileplume.
We're having a good night tonight. I'd rather not.
Yeah. No. There's more than just that. I know I'm probably gonna have to load these in later on, but no, because it's like a solo hand test stuff is nice, but there's only so far you can go with it in this sort of situation. So, besides, I think this would be a neat one to show you anyway. See how this works out.
Change color.
I'll do that.
Yes, purple.
Oh, you'll need to. I need to not be able to see your hand at this point too.
Yeah, that would be
What was the? There was an option. Was it an option that was?
Pepper did.
Yeah, Pepper said there was. It did an option thing for it, but I'm not sure. Is it hands?
We need to not see each other's hands.
Alright, yeah, it's options in the top bar,
default.
hands, and to hiding to default.
Yeah, that's why. I was just looking through the option stuff and seeing it there. Right. Okay. Yeah, I didn't quite catch a full glimpse of what was there, but it's better to shuffle up again anyway. If I just saw that it wasn't the background, the usual background thing for it, and I was like, oh shit, yeah. Okay. I do actually have another one I want to put down. I just want to make sure I don't forget my prizes. What would you like?
Let's go ahead.
And you got it. Okay. Ah, yeah. This is an interesting scenario, isn't it? That feel when we are weak to each other.
Hide.
Sure. Understandable. Have a good day.
I do not blame this Snover.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna place down an unknown. Fuck it, I think we go for it here. Because honestly, I kind of need to do a little bit more with this hand after anyway. Legend box.
Okay. Just drop out. I need to just double check some UI stuff to help someone in the Discord.
Yeah. So Legend box, we reveal the top 10 cards, so it's not quite the same as like a Togekiss or something. You get to see these as well. And if I get both halves of a Legend card, I put that into play, and any energy cards that I have in this 10 as well also get attached. Which we unfortunately didn't get. We were pretty close. This would have been insane if there was like the one hitting there, right?
Yeah, I think I would have skipped.
So, pretty close, but yeah, you get to see a little bit of the idea of the stuff, I guess. But nothing happens in the end, but that's fine, because it was mostly just to get the card out of hand at this point. If I hit it, that'd be great, but whatever. Going to attach to the Cyndaquil, and we are going to Uxie draw 5. Okay, which way round is best here? Let's do Sage's Training. So, cut top 5, these ones you don't get to see. I take 2 of these into my hand, and the others go to the discard. I think we want these 2. Pains me to get rid of one of those, but honestly, it's probably fine. Just gonna shuffle these up real quick. Okay, Pokécom. We'll put a Ninetales back into the deck. Just before I do this, I want to see if, before I sort, I want to see if I wouldn't have got it anyway. Okay. Wanted to see what was next in the deck and see like if I'd have just like, you know, gone for a draw option straight up, it would have been better, but nope, it would not have been, so that's fine. We will grab Typhlosion. Because yeah, it's
Getting
just
pretty spooky.
turning pretty good already, to be honest. Yeah. Because one of the cards I picked up off of Sage, or the other card I should say, because Pecan was one, Rare Candy was the other one. So this guy's coming down straight up. We will just use Afterburner to attach to himself, because I did discard a fire with the Sage. So we'll get the attach. Yeah, fuck it, we'll try again anyway. I've got the second box, so we'll try it. It's not likely to hit, but it's fine. Nah. Again, though. Pretty close.
Effort was made.
Yes. Yes, it was. That's fine. Like, it's awkward, but it gets them out of the thing there. And we're gonna use Vulpix's Find Wildfire to get 2 fires out of the deck. I wanted just to use the box beforehand because it's like, yeah, maybe I get more chance of hitting the legend if I do it, but I have less chance of having energy for it as well. So, you know, I just wanted to go for it that way instead. So yeah, 2 fires into hand, and that is my turn. Go ahead.
Alga?
Yep.
Taunt.
Yeah. I will admit that is one of the strongest like turn ones I've had with this deck so far. I'll be honest with you. Like the only thing I've done different, better, and that or had done better is the one of my legend boxes actually has hit before, but obviously not this time. Yep.
Pokemon Communication. Galliard level X is going in.
Sounds good to me. I'll just get the counters ready because there's.
Yuxi's going down. Draw
Okay.
5.
Seems good to me. Man, maybe I should have attached this on the... Oh well.
Luxury Ball.
Yep.
You're gonna need to get a bunch of damage onto this Typhlosion.
Oh, the Typh, okay, yep. Understandable.
Okay, this is still weak to fire, that's a problem.
Yeah.
Nothing we can really do about that.
That is frustrating, I will give you that.
Poke turn.
Yep.
Bat it again.
Ah, the Typh again, okay.
Yep.
Fair dues.
We will snow play.
Okay, so this is 30 active, 20 here, 20 here, and this up to 50. Okay.
I think it's the only play I've got, really, unfortunately.
Yeah, no, I understand that. Yeah. I was...
Okay,
go on.
offline. See ya.
Yep, take care, dude. I was worried you were going to ping the queue and take a prize off of that as well. That was the... that I should have probably attached it, but I got greedy, and... or probably should have paid the price.
I probably should have done that, but...
Yeah.
I'm scared of that Typhlosion.
I mean, I can completely understand that, dude. I'm going to attach it now, because, yeah, I kind of need it now. Ninetales. That's going to be good. We will use the roast reveal, which...
You
yeah.
can.
Yeah, I was just counting the SPs in play. You've only got 2. So, yep, we'll do that. Oh, this game sometimes. Okay, we'll manual attach to the Typh, and we will punt and show you a very funny hand here.
Ah.
It's really close to being amazing, but, you know.
Problem is that big guy can flare destroy, and I can't do anything about it.
Yeah, he's pretty good. Okay, Vulpix, Cyndaquil. I guess I'll use the Afterburner here because I've got Unknown Q for 0 retreat. So we'll go there. Yeah, zero retreat out, and as you say, flare destroy for no, because you actually have a body, right?
Oh, yes, I do.
So you take 20 less, right? From as long as the Bomb Stone is active, any damage done to your Pokemon by an opponent's attack is reduced by 20. So you take 80 from this, 70 plus 30 minus 20 from the body, and yeah, one of the energy has to get discarded on both sides. You can, I was gonna say you could use one of these ones if you want, but yeah, and then my pawn goes as well. Yeah, you've not got Dialga level X in play at the moment, so your body does prevent me from killing you.
Pokemon communication.
What's going in?
Professor Oak's new theory? Or does
From
it have to be? Oh, it has to be
Pokemon
sorry.
communication? Yeah.
Sorry. Sorry. Oh, that's a problem. Because I didn't want to have to... that's annoying. Collector.
Yep.
Oh, that is...
Ah, where is it? Oh no! Fuck, dude. This hand was kind of nuts as well. I had evolutions into getting. I think I have a second UXE, or was that prized? No, pretty sure I've got a second UXE in here. Let's have a look. Oh no, I actually don't. Okay, so I wouldn't have had an energy. So I mean, obviously I've got Afterburner, so I'm gonna have that as an attach. But I wouldn't have been able to post reveal off of that, which is kind of annoying. But yeah, I would have been able to get like Quilava, Ninetales there, and then like Collector, a bunch of stuff to thin the deck down. So eventually I would hit the energy I would need off it, right? And yeah. Yeah, unfortunately just didn't... I wouldn't... No, I guess I could say didn't really get going enough with some of the stuff there. Some of it definitely did, but... certainly, I kind of high-rolled a bit on that one, I apologize. Yeah, okay. Alright, what would we like?
Tails.
No. Okay. Welp.
Yeah, no, this isn't good.
Yeah, frustrating for me to have like UC lead, I guess, but more so you with this, isn't it? Let's. I don't even like attaching active, but I think I kind of have to here. Yeah, let's attach active and. Oh, see, it's the dangerous thing. I mean, you have a resistance, so you're not taking damage off of this. So, the question is mostly, for me now, is like, do I put it back into the deck? I mean, it's annoying leading it, right? But, do you kill me if I do? Probably not, with a start like this, right? Like, I've obviously got to be thinking in general, is like, you could just go, if you've got like Cyrus turn or like turn radar, etc. I think I can't afford to put it back as much as I want to, so I think we're gonna have to leave it there, because the risk of like seeing this, the risk of an Ambipom kill on the lone Cyndaquil is really high here, right? So I don't think I can afford to just to put it back, even if it would be better in the long term.
Well, you were wise to respect that.
Sometimes I have the sense of like, okay, what could really go wrong with it here? I mean, yeah, you try and play safe enough. Yeah, go for it. You try and play safe enough with these things, right, so that you don't just immediately get wrecked for it. Yeah, because all it would have taken is like, yeah, Ambipom DCE one way or another, and I would have lost, so...
Shit. That probably makes sense, right?
Yep, Fernape is good.
That
Yeah, you're
there
gonna-
is probably
you're gonna-
not wise.
I was gonna say you're gonna bench it again, yeah. Ah, you did, like, P-comp for the Yuxi, I suppose, didn't you? Yeah, so
Yeah.
go for it. Yeah, so it's just like, you probably want to draw another card off of it, I can understand that. Because we haven't done the supporter for 10 yet, potentially.
Snowbird. Ecom again.
Okay, oh, gotcha, see, yep. Mm-hmm.
P radar.
Yep, you actually don't need to show me for radar, but yeah. It's different for different cards, isn't it? It's like if it's a specific type of card that
That's
you're
in the
sorting.
prizes.
Oh boy. Okay,
Yuxi for another 5.
seems good.
Not as useful as I'd like. How much do I want to extend is the question.
Let him cook. Ah.
Do I trust... Just how much do I trust my odds of getting what I need off Haunt is the thing.
Oh yeah, that's fair. I imagine if you had the Cyrus, it would have been windmilled down right now. So.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Alright, let's try it.
Okay. Nice.
And we will split bomb.
Yep.
Putting damage on active and bench.
Yep. Because it's pretty good. Alright. We will draw. This game sometimes. Right, so yeah, here's the reason why I wanted to put it back in deck, but I'm just like, I can't afford to here. You could donk me so easily if I do it that way. So yeah, we've got Collector. We'll see what we can do. Yeah, and see, the problem with it obviously is the fact of I do not have another Yuxi because I'm not playing that many of them. I wonder if there's something else interesting I could do though. Possibly. That's also a little bit annoying. It's fine. Yeah, let's try this then. So we got 1, 2, and 3. Right, shuffle up and reveal these. We have these guys.
Makes sense.
Okay, I do have a Quilava, so we will just put that down. Going to shift this stuff out of the way for a sec here, because I have another legend box, and I might as well do that first.
Alright, good luck.
Yeah, I'll tell you now, I do not have all 4 pieces in like I had before, so, but
There
I
you go.
fucking hit it though, oh my god.
That's a problem.
Holy shit, I can't attack with it this turn, I'll tell you that now, I don't have an energy for it to get the final hang, but holy fuck, that is insane. Alright, yeah, so we get to put it down, and we get all the energy that was there. And it is all, it's not, because these are revealed, this is not a, you can choose as many as you want. You have to attach all of them. But, yeah, alright. So, as I said, unfortunately I don't have an energy for it here. But that's fine. We will pay the retreat to the Smeargle. I'll actually use Unknown here, if that is okay.
You may not.
Okay, Unknown Q stays on the bench. I will go for the portrait then, is that okay?
Yes.
So I see your hand, and if there's a supporter there, I need to use the effect of that card. So we will use the Collector. DC in there as well, okay. Right, so with the Collector then, I will just grab more dudes to thin out. Is that right? No, I want a Vulpix in case that gets like sniped or something.
Hey,
and
no scratching the chair.
And yeah, that is going to have to do it for my turn at the moment then. Go ahead. I wanted to rando the hand here real quick. There we go. Keyboard's just
Premier
having
ball?
some issues. Yep.
This is a problem. There's no way I'm going to be able to kill this thing this turn.
I'd like to hope not, it's got so much HP. I know it dies to like Garchomp and Revenge and stuff, but I'd like to hope you can't kill it this turn. I'd be very sad if you did. That would be insane.
So I think I need to prep for this.
Sure. You cannot put
No,
it down
I
unless
didn't think.
it's active. Yeah.
The right one.
Yep. So we know then the hand is 2 Collector and the Galley level X.
I should Collector,
You should, yeah.
even if it's just for 1.
It's just deck thinning is what you need it for at the moment. Yeah.
Because I can't imagine this is surviving much longer.
Yeah, I mean, I know now that the Unknown Q is going to be fine, and there's no way you can kill it this turn, so...
Okay, Split Bomb on the Quilava and the Legend.
And the Spaceman, yep. Seems good to me. Is that a 4 that's on? No, it's not, okay. So I was going to just shift the counters around if it was a 4, but... Okay, we will draw.
Aimed cut at this point is a one-shot on it.
Sage. Okay. Definitely that.
Or if I somehow get into Yuxi level X.
Probably that. Yeah, Zenblade would be pretty good against it, yeah. Yeah, okay. These into hand. Shuffle up. Okay, so we know that there's no power spray, so I can do the stuff that I need to here. So we will just put the Q.
Go ahead.
We will bench... no, I'm going to bench the Cyndaquil, I think, actually. You know I searched both of these off your Collector last turn anyway, so... we will go Ninetales, Typhlosion. Ninetales, Roast Reveal. Discard the fire, draw 3. Okay. I might as well do the deck fitting thing here and use Portrait to use your Collector, right? Because we know the hand, yeah, is the Yuxi, the Galley, and the Collector. So I might as well do it to thin the deck down, because I don't have like Yuxi draw, I have raw draw, right? So let's just get the basics out of my deck so that it's it's more effective with what I have, so that's what we will do. This is where I run face first into like a tech copycat, but you know, I know we don't have it, but it's just like, that would be the funny thing right now, right? Yeah, I mean, I guess I can't just let you keep split bombing here, right? So I probably do need to just do the thing, even though it is very painful in this situation. Because I don't know how I'm getting an attack with this next turn, right? But I think I just have to kind of do the thing. Yeah, so we'll zero retreat, we'll afterburner to it. And yeah, we'll go for the god, what is it even called? Ozone Buster? I think that is hard
you
to
take 2
read.
prizes.
I do take 2 prizes, yes. So we will do that. We will grab our 2 as soon as I right click the thing, and yeah. Okay, spread time. 1 on that. This goes to 5. This to 3. And these get 1 each.
Uxie for 5.
Yep.
No, that's work.
Okay, you got it.
That energy gain. Cyrus.
Yep.
Okay, and we will aim to cut for KO.
Yep, which also takes 2 prizes. Okay. Yeah, I mean, you obviously switch this in first. Alright, we'll draw. Right, so I think we need to go digging for one specific card here to make this work. It's a little bit awkward, but alright, let's do the failsafe thing first. We will luxury ball, because I think the failsafe is too shame, because I wouldn't have hit it if I did it the other way around, so that's fine. Yeah, we'll grab Kolava as the failsafe here. It's not pretty if I have to do that, but at the very least it's there. We will go Sage.
Yep.
Okay. 1 and speak on in hand. Can I get away with that? Probably. You got a Cyrus with your Cyrus, right?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, then in that case I can get away with doing this. I think. Yeah, no, this should be fine. So...
Do you need to see my hand?
No. Not yet. Not unless Portrait's going to be successful, but we'll get there in a sec, because I'm not quite done with the rest yet. No, I'm just recalling what happened last time round, because yeah, if I Portrait for Cyrus, then I can get an energy with that. So Roast Reveal can still happen, assuming that I don't get Power Sprayed again, but we'll get there. I imagine you'd probably want to Power Spray Typhlosion anyway, if you can. Let's just double check what's here before I start doing silly things. Oh yeah, it's more than enough. Right. Okay, Energy Returner. Shuffles 4 of my basic energy from the discard back into the deck. The idea is that I'm supposed to legend box with this, right? And be able to, once I've thinned the deck down with all the sages and stuff, like this is a 16 card deck right now. If I had, like, enough RDL pieces in the deck, then legend box is likely to do what it did earlier on at this point. So that's kind of the goal here. We will go ahead and grab... Do I want to grab a lightning as well? I'm not sure if I'm going to get another chance to use RDL this game, given that I have to get it out of the discard first anyway. Yeah, I'm just... but the fires are really handy for... I'm going to put a lightning back, because I think I've got 2 fires in the discard left at this point. I think that's better for Typh players here. So we'll do that. We will go Rare Candy into the Typh. That's what I wanted to Sage for, so that should work out. Bench another Cyndaquil. Oh, Jesus, okay, nice lag. Bench another Cyndaquil. And yeah, we'll go for the portrait. Okay. So you've got somewhat annoying, but still going to be an aimed cut next turn anyway, but that's fine. Okay, yeah, we'll use the Cyrus and grab one of the fire energy. I don't. It might shock you to think, but I don't actually have anything else I want to grab here. I don't think. I'll check the supporter real quick because that could be something. But I think with what I have in hand, I probably don't need to grab one. Because I've got that and I've got that. Yeah, is there a supporter that's worth it? With what's left in there, probably not. I mean, if Roseanne was an option, I would totally take Roseanne right now, but obviously we're past that, so... yeah, where is it? It is in there, right? Yeah, we'll grab a Sage anyway, just in case. Yeah, it might shock you to see that I do not have any like Team Galactic inventions in this deck, but you know.
How can you live without such?
I know, right? Okay, roast reveal, is that okay?
You've seen my hand, you know there's no power spray.
I'm just sorry, I'm just too used to having to ask. Yeah, so we'll do that. We will go ahead and do the double afterburner. We'll put them onto here, because I think this is going to be the best one to start hitting with here. I think it dies not to aim cut. Like, because if this was at 70, that would just straight die, so yeah. So we have that, we have the attach, 0 retreats, and then yeah, Flare Destroy, take out the Psychic is probably the better thing to take out, yeah.
I can't attack without it.
Yeah, and I know you've got one in hand, but yeah, it's probably better to take the Psychic out here. Well, okay, so here's the thing. No, I actually think it's better to take the DCE out because this forces you to Cyrus for an energy gain in order to do the attack here. Yeah, because if you want to aimed cut, then you're gonna have to commit the energy and the gain to it. So yeah, that and then 70 damage on this thing. I want to get rid of the Psychic, but I think it's and I mean you could just poker turn the DCE back into hand as well. That seems like a really bad idea to me. So. I think this is actually the better approach, even if it looks more painful.
Luxury ball?
Yep. Yep.
Poke turn?
Yep. Yeah, just the energy gain there. Ooh, still gonna bench it down anyway. Okay.
Sorry.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Is like, I'm not sure if you want to keep that benched.
Cyrus's Conspiracy?
Yep.
For a ball, please don't scratch.
Okay, yep.
And yeah, we'll aim to cut.
Which is 70, so I'm up at 100. Okay. Yep. Okay. We will draw. Right. So where are we at? 2, 3, 4 seems good. Okay, Palmer. So we'll grab the Typhlosion. I had to Sage earlier on. Yeah, we'll take one of each piece of the legend. One fire and the lightning. Back into deck. Okay. Let's do. We'll go for roast reveal. Yeah. I'm assuming. Yep, you've got it. Okay, good. Gets that out of the way. Probably for the best, so I don't just draw into the Typhlosion again, right? We'll go Quilava then. Should be fine. And I only have the one fire in the discard now, so that's perfectly acceptable. We will go. What's. I almost want to just Uxie here actually. Like, use the Uxie to get the kill. That's probably fine actually. Yeah, because where's the damage isn't going to matter. Okay, yeah. Let's use the Afterburner on said Uxie. I won't bother putting the damage on because it's going back in the deck after this, I'll just say that now. Yeah, we're going to pay the 2 to retreat to said Uxie. Use the Afterburner the second to, I'm assuming, to be okay for this. Yep. Yeah, because I'm still just like internally double checking. It's like that's okay. Yeah, we'll get a fire down on that guy, and then yeah, we'll Psychic Restore. We'll put this back into the deck and grab ourselves out the prize after promoting the Smeargle.
Trade off.
Okay.
I have to go for it.
Ooh, okay. No DC. Yeah, this hand.
These prizes were miserable.
You've not had any luck with that today so far in this deck so far, huh? Yeah, I had all sorts there. Let's just see. So, oh, I wouldn't have been able to go for Legend Box with that. Did you have a Baby Search in that hand, or was it?
Nope.
No. Okay, so I wouldn't have been able to put it back. Yeah, that's a shame. Because yeah, drawing the RDL piece means Legend Box was offline. Because yeah, it shouldn't shock you to see that my other one was in the prizes. So that's okay.
I either needed a DCE to attack with a Bomb of Snow, or I needed it to Zenblade.
Yep. Yeah, I was thinking Zenblade was would have been nice there at least, because yeah, I don't think, especially with drawing the RDL piece there, I don't think I would have had a return knockout. Obviously, discarding the DCE is pretty devastating on Uxie, but I wouldn't have killed, and that would have at least let it escape, which is not great. But the problem with doing that, I suppose, is that you don't get energy attaches on the other stuff you really want, isn't it? So
I didn't really have a choice.
yeah, oh, I know. I wasn't meaning it that way. It was more just, it's like, yeah, you Zenblade, you kill the Speargle, I Flare Destroy, discard the DCE, and then it's like, you could Psychic Restore, but that would be your attach for turn as well, and that's the difficult bit with Yuxi.
The bat being in prizes also did not help a lot at all.
Absolutely not, no. That was quite the high roll off of that. I am sorry, that was insane, the thing there. But you responded to it like immediately, so that was pretty cool. You know, it didn't just take over the game instantly just because I got this thing with a lot of energy out. You responded to it really well, so I guess it helps that it's weak to Psychic, but even so.
This deck does hit a lot of weaknesses. Again, I kind of want the Lucario in here, but there's already a lot.
Yeah, I could understand that. It's, as you said, yeah, it's tough, especially because you tend to play a lot of Yuxi down early as well, which is not a bad thing, it's just that's kind of the way to play, right?
Just wasn't a way to get them in, to get them out.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, and I only have the one because I have the Ninetales engine as the main thing in here. Yuxi is a backup, not the primary source, so that's the one nice thing with it here. But yeah, I mean, this kind of did what it was supposed to. It showed up pretty well. Yeah, this has been last night's build, more or less, when I eventually got round to it. So a couple of things that I want to briefly go over in here. The Smeargle is the new guy, right, from the new set. It's worth testing, because it's like if you lead Smeargle and the opponent has a collector as a start, right, because everybody plays so many collectors, right, you get to collector on your first turn going first, and Cyrus could potentially...
You aren't getting the full power of it, it's still really good.
Yeah, I mean, I needed to get a fire energy at one point in the middle of the game using that Cyrus, because I wanted to roast reveal in the same turn as well, and I didn't have another attach in hand. So yeah, like even just being able to do that is really, really strong. So Smeargle I think is super good, and I do like it in this deck. You can see just how like aggressive my supporter line stuff has tended to be here. You would think this deck just like instantly dies to Vileplume. It's probably more likely that it dies to the support stuff around the like the attacker around the Vileplume. I don't think this would beat Gengar for obvious reasons, but you know, like it was keeping up with the Mismagius one because Missy is just a little bit slow, more frail, right? So, and it doesn't have fainting spell. Big deal. One thing I don't have in here that I probably should do is Expert Belt. It's hard because like RDL really generally doesn't need it, but against other like full health stage 2s that are belted, it really would. But I don't know where I'd fit it in.
That is extremely risky,
yeah,
though. You're looking at losing 3 prizes.
3 prizes, yeah. It doesn't double the prizes you take, you take 1 more prize. So yeah, you give up 3 prizes if you belt a legend. Yeah, it's very dangerous. It's more for the Typhlosion at that point, because 90 is just a much nicer number to hit than 70 a lot of the time. So yeah, like that's a potential thing. I don't have Warp Point or Switch in this deck, which could be a problem, but most of my retreat costs are not ridiculous. Just do it in the end game. Exactly, do it at the end of the game and it'd be great. But yeah, so that's one thing for it, but I like the rest of it. Sage's Training is nuts in this deck. Like, it is just absolutely ludicrous how good Sage ends up being in a deck like this. Yeah, sometimes you get some painful discards, but, you know, I found a rare candy because I saged for it, right? I would not have gotten to that, even if it was Engineer's Adjustments. I think it was actually the 5th card. It's funny how it works out, but it's just like, digging 5 deep is nuts here, and I have a couple of recovery tools to use. You saw the Energy Returner, that's new from this set. Not many decks would want to use it, but like this deck discards enough energy that is more than worth it. And Palmer for putting the stuff back as well with 2 VS Seeker seems kind of nice. So yeah, only 3 collector might be a bit sketch, but it's I also, you know, I can literally sketch your collector, so you know, I think it works out fine most of the time, and the rest of it is, well, I mean, you saw what Legend Box is sometimes capable of doing, right? It can be absolutely ridiculous if but But the idea is that I want to dig further down into the deck in order to get to, like, say, where was I at the end? I was at like 20 cards left in deck or something. Yeah, like 21, but we need a bond too where you see fire. So like 19 cards dig with the legend box digging 10 of those. That's much more reasonable to think it's gonna hit, and hit with like 2 or 3 energy as well, because I palmered them back in. And that's the sort of thing. It's like an end game version of it is where I go from there. But yeah, like Typhlosion is just respectable enough, and being able to power up this ridiculous 2 prize taking thing. It's Lugia EX before Lugia EX is out, which is cool, I guess. The plasma one, I mean, because that also takes extra prizes, but this thing hits harder. So I don't know. I wanted to try it. I think it's better when Emboar comes out probably for this sort of deck, because Emboar being able to accelerate without damaging, and also as many as you have in hand, just is probably better here, because that lets you play Fisherman and just get the stuff back in hand. Well, I think Energy Retrieval is in black and white base, and it doesn't require the discard anymore, so you could have an Item version as well. And yeah, that would work nicely. I have considered Fisherman in here, but I don't think I would want to waste a supporter turn on it. I don't tend to have that many like Ninetales out in one go. 2 is somewhat rare, like it's as many as I would want to put down. And yeah. This deck also like loses to the Umbreon thing because I've got nothing that can hit it, but such is the way, right? You gotta take... that's the whole point of stuff like the Umbreon or that Shedinja, is just it's cheeseball dot deck, right? And it's sometimes you get cheesed.